Hello and welcome to the final session of Erroth, the Shattered Realm, episode 12 of the arc, episode 24 in the campaign so far. Huge thank you to my players for sticking with it for so long, and to you beloved viewers for being beloved viewers. Lee, I believe we have some words from our sponsor.
Yes, we are now sponsored by Oh God, I get it wrong. Startplaying.games. I get it wrong all the time. I got it wrong last time, and I'm like, I
They're
don't
not
take the pick out of
important.
it.
You don't need to get their name right.
Very smooth. Very
we
smooth.
are now sponsored by them. Panda, that will work in a second when I actually open it. So if you want to play with our lovely DMs here, Panda signed up. We've got Sean already signed up. Rico is signed up as well. If you want to play with them as your DMs, Mark is thinking about signing up as well. If you want to play with any of these as your DMs, then you can go and join them, really, and join in their games. It helps support them as professional DMs, and obviously helps support us being the sponsored. So we also would like to shout out Arnaut's awesome work. Arnaut, the overlay we use for missed opportunities and Trapped at Home is created by Arnaut. So Panda's obviously spamming his Etsy shop in there. If you want any art done by him, all the character art for Erroth is all created by him as well. So if you
Etsy shop, Anna, did you say?
I
Etsy
did.
shop, yeah.
Etsy shop.
What's its name called?
Palladium Design.
Ooh,
It's an Etsy shop.
Etsy shop.
Design. That's got quite a ring to it.
Yes.
Right, the exclamation mark sponsor should work now. I've turned all that on. But yeah, I just wanted to obviously shout out Arnaut, shout out our sponsor as well, and that's it for that. And sorry, we are live tomorrow night for Trapped at Home. There you go.
So where were we last time? Yes, descending toward the bridge city of Damaresh on a flight of wyverns, having returned back from the previous cycle of history. Time, space, and causality are but playthings to the bastard squad, and you have used and abused them shamelessly. But now, here at the end of all things, history has been rewritten, such that the Dracolich Vorum Cathriax never took control of Imperial Torlek. Instead, he has pledged his entire life to saving and serving the ghost elves of the Dead Forest, whom he was forced to lay waste to in his youth. Time ripples and settles around you, and most events actually seem to have played out in the same way, although with slightly different causes and consequences. But history is if following a certain inertia, or the shape of the dream from which it springs, nevertheless remains recognizable to you. Of course, with Vorum Cathriax no longer emperor, never having been emperor, the civil war that grew in his absence is dominated by the yowlings of a hound from the city below. One moment, please.
Is that Vorum Cathriax there? Was that him barking?
No, that's a stupid little rat.
He's buggered off.
Awesome.
Never having been emperor, the civil war that threatened the empire of Torlek has raged hot and cold now for months. The previous emperor was, of course, murdered by Saltara Mordath. House Damarath clings to the throne, barely, with the help of its allies. House Torlek seeks to regain a throne it lost long ago and lay siege to the capital in Damaresh. And towards this you descend, the bridge city besieged. The forces of House Torlek and its allies arrayed to the south around the walls, having pushed almost halfway in through the streets. Refugees fleeing from the besieged capital. And House Damarath and its allies squat, with the palace as their base, having thrown up defensive bastions all around it, hoping to stave off the inevitable outcome of the siege. As a group then, having emerged from the tempest below the city that reaches back to the previous cycle of history, your wyverns bank left and right above the smoke that rises from the huddled streets of Damaresh. It is clear to you that although you have saved the Empire from the mad rule of a Dracolich, it only stands to reason that conflict would be the result. It's not your fault, but you are perhaps well placed to force it towards its conclusion. Indeed, if someone doesn't, hundreds, thousands will die. Looking down over the saddles of your wyverns at the besieged city below, should you choose to descend, there are, of course, numerous places where you could do so. The outskirts, the lines of the Torlek sieges, the embattled streets and plazas of the city itself, or even the Imperial Palace complex, currently held by House Damarath. What do you do?
Real quick,
Yeah.
this is a bridge city, so
Yeah.
the majority
stone-
of the city
big
is
stone-
built on the bridge itself, right?
Yeah.
How much of the city is on the banks, as it were, on the
So
cliff sides?
The map was in chat a while back. I will drop a fresh version in there now.
We might.
Why? What are you thinking? Are you going to blow up the bridge?
No. I'm just trying to figure out what the layout is of the battle, because it sounds like the Torlok forces have penetrated into the city already. So presumably they're
have.
on the bridge.
They are to a degree, yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yes, I remember this.
Yeah,
Wait, where?
it's in
In
Discord chat.
Discord.
Ah, sorry, I was on the wrong page.
So they have made it to about as far as the old walls by the Queen's Ward. Sorry, the old walls by the South Meadow. They're coming up from the south.
Okay.
The old wards by the South Meadow. So they're in. Okay, so they're along the cliff edge.
The
as
bottom
it were.
edge of the
Yeah. And presumably House Damarath.
House Damarath. Yeah, the pale
Yes.
blue bit in the middle.
Yeah.
They're focused around there. The Palace District itself.
And are there
Right.
any defenses or bulwarks in the Myriad or the Imperial Reserve area?
They've thrown them up across the Imperial Reserve and the Park View, blocking the streets off there.
Right.
Still kind of circling above the city. Just from the number of forces that you see from House Torlak, you don't think they've got enough to take the city by force. As you
Right.
may recall, they had employed a mercenary company, the Crimson Company,
Right. Which
who
is now
used-
in our employ.
who used them, and they now work for you.
And that army, is that still marching north?
It should be here any day. Yes.
Right.
We're still marching north. Yeah, you're
Okay.
a few days ahead of them because you're on wyverns. However, Torlek does have enough forces to make a successful siege of it.
Right.
So
Right.
there's a bit of a stalemate going on. Time is not on the side of House Damarath, even though even though Torlek doesn't have the numbers to take the city.
Is there like farmland to the north that is supplying the city? Because obviously they can't flank them. There's a massive chasm, so they can't.
There is
Presumably
some.
the Damaresh forces can go north and
There is
get
some, but
supplies or whatever.
House Torlek has allies in various houses.
Right.
And although you can't see it here, you've heard reports of fighting in the north.
Okay.
So it won't be too long before Damaresh itself is completely cut off.
Gotcha.
Well, I maybe think that we should land somewhere near the palace, because I think that to sort of sort this predicament out,
I'm
we
just gonna
need
shut my study
some.
door so Ozzy doesn't come back in.
I think we need some kind of a council, like a meeting between the houses, instead of
Because
fighting.
I'm not fully aware of what the internal political ambitions are of obviously they're at war, but I don't know like
Well,
what is their aim.
I think Torlek wants to reclaim the throne that they lost many years
Right.
ago. Damarish, I think they just want it because
They
why wouldn't
took
you?
it from So yeah,
Yeah.
House Damarish took it from House Torlek a long time ago, right?
Yes, I think so. And then
now they want it back, basically.
We're just here to be like, hey.
Yeah, but what is the promise that you've made?
The promise that I've made?
Yeah.
I've made no promises.
Where the capital will go?
Oh, that was only to the High Temple.
Oh, okay.
That had nothing to do with the Emperor or the palaces or any of the politicians involved. No, that was just purely if and when that might become appropriate, then we can do that. But
yeah.
I don't think that has anything to do with the current political situation.
And House Mordath is completely like gone, so they're not a factor in this.
Yeah, they're not a factor. We basically we have all of the House Mordath forces that remain. We have the Ghost Elves, we have the Crimson Company, we have the Tiefling Army.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a sizable force. I don't know how it compares to these forces. I mean, can I use my my abilities as a commander and danger sense to kind of get an aerial sense of numbers and how they relate to ours?
Your forces, if they were to pitch up, could swing the situation either way.
Right.
So if you if they pitched up and you threw in with Torlek, it would be a walkover. Similarly, if you threw in with Damaresh, you could break the siege. You might even have enough to hold the city yourself.
Right.
That would require a rather unpleasant battle.
Right. And we're trying to avoid that, presumably.
But you can absolutely do that. Yeah.
It sounds to me like they're at a stalemate, and we need to break the stalemate. So we need to give them an alternative that they can both agree to.
Yeah, that's why I think we should call both of the Torlek and the Damarish leaders to a meeting.
Emergency war council.
Yeah.
If they're willing to do such a thing, obviously, because.
Well, I mean, I don't think either of them are in very good positions at the moment. I think they might be a bit open to it.
Well, it depends on how well supplied the House Damarath forces. Sorry, keep getting those mixed up. How well they can maintain a supply route, because if they get cut off, eventually they're going to lose that. They're going to starve.
Well, if we're coming down from the north, and
we're coming from the south.
Are we?
Yeah. House.
Oh, okay.
Damarash, the city is way in the north, and we are way in the south. So.
Right. Oh yes.
Okay. I've sent you a private message in Zoom chat, Mark.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
So, do we know much about? We've been to the palace before. We fought old Monkey Face there. So, do we have an idea what would be the best approach?
Yeah, there are outer palace buildings and there's an inner palace with a courtyard around it. So if you're looking for a place to land your wyverns, the courtyard between the outer buildings and the inner bastion is the best spot.
Right, and similarly for the forces of the Torlek army, what seems to be their headquarters? Is there like a command tent?
There's some large pavilion tents.
Right, and do we know who their leader is?
You've never met her, but Osla Torlek is the matriarch of the house.
Right.
She uses various sons and nephews and grandchildren as her pawns, though.
So she's an older woman.
She's not going to be in a position to rule herself, but she rules through others.
Right.
So maybe one of us.
Yeah, maybe we should split our forces, and half of us go talk to House Torlek, and the other half goes talk to the Emperor.
Well, I think at the end we need to come together so that
right, and we
all
need
of
to be
us
on the
are
same
in the
page
same
as to what
place.
we agreed
Yeah.
to with before we even go and talk to them, because otherwise we're
Yeah.
going to start telling them different stories.
Yeah,
so that would be stupid.
like where are we going to meet and what exactly do we want to do and blah blah.
Right.
Okay, I think that's
So-
the best course of action then.
So what are we going to do then? What do
Are
we
you
want?
there?
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to see if we can arrange a negotiation
Yes.
in neutral ground.
Yep. I agree.
Peace talks
Hmm.
under a banner of truce. Assuming that they're amenable to that. If they start attacking us the minute we land, then of course that changes things. But we're technically neutral. We're neutral at the moment, so
maybe it's not a good idea to split up then if we're not sure we're going to be safe. Let's pick a side to talk to first and get them on side.
But that might, if people see us land, they might assume the worst and assume that we're joining forces with that.
Yes, they
group.
might. Aye, they
Yes.
might. We might be able to
But-
use that to our benefit to force them to the table.
That is true. Perhaps we start with Torlek then, seeing as they're outside.
Either that
Yeah.
or whoever's the most hostile, we should probably visit first to stop them from lashing out.
I would say Torlek is pretty hostile, seeing as they're besieging.
True.
Is the Damaresh house still under the influence of the demons, as far as we know?
You've no idea.
No idea.
You destroyed the crown and the eye that was in it.
Yeah, but they
Beyond that.
were allied, clearly.
Beyond that, who knows? Yes.
Yeah.
So you're going to head down toward the toilet command tents.
Yeah.
Okay. Your flight of wyverns, considerable in number, yourselves, Tarvo, Drask, and the Gallows Brotherhood, swoop down in a long, ragged, V-shaped wing over the plumes of smoke rising from the city, cresting through them, the beams of morning sunlight playing through the broken clouds, and even as you swoop over the top of the Torlek camp, as people are running to and fro in immediate panic at the sight of almost a dozen wyverns streaking into position. You can see people hurrying to get ballistas into place, but you're moving far too fast to present meaningful targets. Your wyverns... Yes?
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say we alight outside their camp, not like in the middle of it.
You alight on a broad expanse of ground near the edge of the Torlek camp, and already there's about 36 mounted warriors are charging out towards you. Lances currently held high.
Okay.
The commander raises a fist as you dismount, showing no hostile intent. The horses wheel and split into two arcs. The mounts, champing and stamping, uneasy, come to a halt, and the commander and an aide-de-camp ride out to meet you.
We mean you no harm. We come in peace for a diplomatic discussion.
She pulls up the visor on her ornate House Torlek armor. It's got the old imperial crest, filigrees and chasings all over it. Quite fancy, but it's clearly seen a fair bit of battle. A woman, 50 years old maybe, but jawline and features tight, eyes dark and piercing. I might have guessed House Mordath, but no. Valandor, I take it.
Yes.
Indeed. I have a big old crest and a tabard that has my family crest on it, so it should be pretty obvious.
She dismounts and strides towards you, hand never far from the haft of a huge battle axe and swings it aside. I'm General Vastra Torlek. I'm guessing from the fact that you're not flying to and fro across the heads of my troops, gouging and biting, that this is a courtesy call. Dare I hope that Valandor comes to show loyalty to the true ruling house of the Empire?
We're here to talk about the Empire and who exactly should rule it. You are at a stalemate with House Damareth. Neither of you can win this. Neither of you can win this at the moment. What we would ask of you is to just talk peacefully with Damareth.
And us.
And us.
I'm not one for talk. If it's parley you want, I'll take you to see my lady Osler.
Thank you.
Your guards stay here.
Very well.
She gestures toward the Gallows Brotherhood.
Okay. And the groom. I forget his name. Jeff.
Drask.
Ask.
Drazik looks toward you, Shanta. Well, we stay or we come with you?
Yeah, I think you coming with us would be a good idea.
No, the woman says. Your guards stay here.
But they're my friends.
No. Shanta, no. Leave them here.
Okay.
We don't want to antagonize anyone here.
Hey, sorry. Yeah, if you guys can wait here then.
We'll watch over the lizards for you, my lady. Drazik
Thank
says.
you.
General Vastra leads you back through the Torlek camp. It's a sizable operation. Hefty number of camp followers, tents. They've got smithies, baths, stables. They're dug in here for the long term, clearly. Toward the main command tent, you're taken, and under great rippling burgundy canvas, there's furs on the floor, mahogany tables, food, maps, couches. I mean, you've seen lords' quarters in fortresses that were less opulent than this. With a number of advisors around her, the tall, haggard form of Lady Osler Torlek is ready to meet you, word having gone ahead of your arrival. There's a young man standing just behind her right shoulder, dressed in absurdly ornate black and gold armor, with little curly bits and things, spikes coming off his shoulder.
Oh my
elbows.
god.
He's like,
Uh-huh.
He has that expression on his face.
Yeah, he does.
That's encouraging.
Okay. Well, I
Osler says, that'll be all. Vastris snaps a salute. And,
I bow politely, but not like deferently.
My Lord Valandor, I thank you for this visit.
My Lady Torlek.
Do you need some help with your frog?
Thank you
Shanta,
for
like,
seeing
really
us.
Quickly catches him as he falls off her shoulder.
Damn, I missed that.
So I'm hoping that we're here to discuss an alliance. Hmm?
No.
We're here to discuss parley.
Parley between you and Damareth.
Parley between... What is it that you think we have to discuss with a demon-infested house of usurpers?
Little time out. The demon-infested part, we got rid of the crown, right? So that part has been eliminated, if I'm not mistaken.
If you say so.
Yes.
At least to our knowledge. Okay.
We
All right.
got rid of the crown, but we never got rid of their allies being demons, because that happened in the process of them owning the crown, right?
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Right.
Right. We are hoping to broker a peace treaty. Enough lives have been lost fighting for this empire. Perhaps a peaceful solution can result in an outcome that suits us all.
There will be peace when Tarlan Damarath gives up his claim on the crown.
Okay.
Have you
Those are-
actually...
Saltara Mordaf killed his brother. That doesn't mean that he then becomes emperor, not after what his family's become. I must have to say I'm a little disappointed. We know what you have done to cleanse this empire of demon influence.
Well,
I
they're
hope that
going to,
you...
we're going to try and make peace with them as well. We just want to see if everyone will just stop fighting until we can sort something out.
We're not asking you to break your siege, merely for some time to negotiate.
Fine.
Can I have a brief interlude question here? This
Yes.
crown, yeah, with the eye,
Yeah?
that is being part of the empire for how long?
Since the beginning. Legend says that it's older than humans.
That means that Torlek also wore that crown and owned that crown for a while as well, or not?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not clear when the eye was put in it, but yes.
Okay. So we don't know whether the eye was already part of the crown. And we don't know
Is
whether
there
they
any way
ever-
we can figure that out, or is that something that's just lost to the oceans of time?
Yeah, that's not something that's common knowledge,
No. Okay.
especially not for a wayward southern house such as yourselves.
No.
I'm not wayward.
Listen,
You only found out that it was in the crown recently.
Yes, this is true.
my lady Osla, the crown itself does not exist anymore. I understand that your family, Torlek, may or may not have a claim to the throne based on history. All we ask of you is to peacefully discuss this with ourselves, Valandor, and Damareth, in a way that does not lead to more conflict. Because at the end of the day, while you may be leading a successful siege for now, you may not be able to keep it up. And Damareth, they may wipe the floor with you. We won't know until we discuss. So please, if you would be so kind as to peacefully discuss parley.
Here's my question to you. Do you think Damareth should rule?
I won't know that until I hear both sides of the story, my lady.
Not if they're demon lovers, no.
We don't know if they still are or not.
I'm willing to sit down and parley with Tarlan Damarath if you give me your assurance that we will have Valandor's aid if the need arises to oust them.
I think this kind of alification isn't that a little bit premature? Shouldn't we have the talks first, and then we'll talk about that?
I need to know that your hearts are in the right place.
Right.
If there are demons controlling House Damarath still, I need to know that you will stand with us.
If there are demons still controlling that, then that would pretty much say it for you. Because we are against demons, as you know.
Your family was owners of the crown for a very long time as well, weren't they?
Since the beginning, yes.
So when did you guys put the eye in?
The eye.
The eye of
What
Kalax.
eye?
An eye of Kalax, which we removed.
What the hell is an
Destroyed.
eye of Kalax?
It's the eye of a demon from the abyss, and it was in your crown, possibly for centuries and centuries while you owned it.
There were no demon eyes in our crown.
Would you mind if I check that statement with you?
I very much would.
Well, you ask us for trust.
Yes.
We ask you the same, as you may
Well,
be
you're not-
understanding that this is
You are
actually...
not talking about trust, though, are you?
I am.
My word is what I've given to you, And if trust is what you have for me, then that is enough.
I put my hand on Bella's shoulder.
It's not my place. It's I'm just trying to clarify matters here for my lord.
We do not know when the eye was placed in the crown. I think that's what Bellis is trying to get at. If it was when you had
we
it...
are also not sure whether your house has not been tainted by the same demonic influence as House Damarath was.
The young man now steps forward. Now see here. We will have no such talk of House Torek being infested by demons. Everything we have done shows that we are opposed to the hordes of the abyss.
I'm sorry.
Everything you have done shows that you are hungry for the crown.
It is our right. A man is hungry for his bread as we are hungry for our birthright to be returned to us.
Yeah, and you are...
Garrett, please. Please. My grandson, his blood is hot with a desire for that which has been denied us for too long. But you come speaking words of reason. Take your message to Tarlan Damarath, and if he is willing, we will come have parley with him. And she looks towards you, Jadarian. But I will hold you to your oath.
And we will hold
That
you to your
if
word.
they are tainted, then I expect you to draw steel with us.
If they are tainted,
And if you are not tainted.
Now listen here, White. Jared, please. Quite so.
then we have an agreement.
Jared folds his arms across his chest. I mean, or he tries to. The armor gets in the way a bit. And then he just...
I look down at him.
Do we tell them where we'd like to meet them? On somewhere that's, I guess, neutral ground?
If they will give us safe passage, we will meet them on their ground. As a gesture of good faith.
Very well. My lady, thank you for your time.
I thank you, my lords.
Thank you for this parley. And may you rule long over this house. I take a sidelong glance to the man in black and gold.
Okay.
I give them a polite bow and walk out. I assume nobody is stopping us.
No, of course not. You have a free reign to return to your wyverns.
Okay.
Once we're out of earshot, Chant is just going to turn to the group and... Who... I mean, I think we all agree that Aldrich should be the one ruling, but are we supposed to choose out of these two?
No.
Chanta looks around like she's like assuming everyone wants Aldrich and Chant, but she just goes, "Are we supposed to pick between which side?"
Look, right now we need to make sure they stop fighting. If we can give them an alternative they can both agree to.
What do we do if they both want the throne? What if that is both of their...
They clearly both want the throne, and this is what we need to
Clearly.
discuss before we have this meeting.
The problem that Torlek has is obviously they think that their claim is stronger because of the history, and they don't want Demareth involved because they have a long history with demons, and they might also still be tainted with demons, which we are going to find out soon.
Right, but if Tolek gets the throne, that wanker Jared will be emperor.
Yeah, I know, it's not a good thing, isn't
I'm
it?
not sure what's worse, him on the throne or his grandmother behind it.
Yeah, I think in my fair opinion, it's time for new blood to take over.
Maybe,
Perhaps that's one of us.
Maybe just let them fight it out and see what happens.
That's not going to do good for anybody, though, in the long run.
A lot of innocent people will die.
Yeah, but maybe
I'm not willing to watch that.
maybe that Jared might die in the process as well.
Perhaps.
If it's just Jared, I can sneak back right now and put a dagger.
No,
in his face.
Tavo, later.
Okay, I'll do it
Look.
later.
Let's be honest. If Jared dies, this old granny we just spoke to will have 5 or 6 other family members she can puppeteer onto the throne
Exactly.
just as quickly. Just so you know.
She seemed quite
This is
reasonable.
how they've run their empire for so long.
I believe she's
She
reasonable
seems-
because she's. We gave her a crumb.
She seems reasonable because she possibly assumes that we're going to side with her, and she knows what our forces are like. She thinks she's going to win.
Look, she wants our aid, and she thinks if Damarath is gone, there's nobody else to have a claim to the throne which is as strong as her own. And she's confident that she then can claim for her family the throne.
Does
She doesn't
Valandor have
consider-
any claim to the throne on just a purely hereditary level?
Well, no. However, you have a very strong claim by conquest because House Mordath took the throne when Saltara killed the old emperor.
Yikes.
Okay.
And then
It's
you
true.
killed her
Yes.
in the throne room.
Yes.
So, yeah, you absolutely have a right by conquest.
Right.
In fact, you have the strongest right by conquest.
Yeah.
And then you have, I'm sure you have the people's vote too.
What is the popular opinion of House Torlek?
Um,
Is this
Uh,
something that we would know?
laughable has-beens.
Right. And kind of stuffy and clearly
Yes.
impressed with themselves. Yes.
Yes.
And
we,
what?
we used to have the capital, you know.
Yeah. And what about Damarash? I mean, Damarath. Sorry. Did they
Well, yeah, they're the current ruling family, so everybody hates them.
Right. They hate them because
which would
they're
eventually happen to you too when you rule this country.
Of course, that comes with the territory. No, I
Yeah.
mean they're seen as
Everyone would hate Aldrich.
ineffectual and weak, because if you recall, the whole setup to the campaign is a long period of corruption leading to imperial instability, while Damarath presided over that. So
right.
neither is a particularly palatable choice.
Okay. All right. Then how about we approach House Damarath. We have to go in with a strategy. These people are
Exactly.
clearly in charge. They don't want to give up. They're clinging on to their throne for dear life.
And what if we
We need
go
to
in
have
there
something-
and there's demons there?
They've got everything to lose. So, and they will probably they're backed into a corner. So they'll do anything desperate. They'll probably summon demon if that's what that costs. You know.
They both
course
want
they
the
will.
throne. What if you put someone in the middle ground on it and they're both a part of their council?
That depends on how willing they are to
Bellis
serve.
casts a spell
What is the spell?
to see invisible creatures around us, and another one to see whether we're being scryed on. While we're
Okay,
having this
no to
discussion.
both.
No one's going to want to give up their crown.
No.
No one in history
It
will
means
ever
the
give up their
safe-
crown.
But what if it means the safety of their people?
They're too proud to do that.
They don't care enough about their people. They care
How
about
far
the
do-
legacy of their families.
How far away are our people?
I don't know. How far are we? I mean, we have wyverns. We can scout to see how far they are. We could send one of the wyverns out on a scouting mission.
At this, let me see. Well, at this point, it's been about a week, so they're probably halfway there.
I relay this gem of information to Tarvo.
Mark, my new spell, how many people can come through it?
There's not a limit of people.
It
It opens a massive freaking portal.
And then how long does it last? The portal.
Several rounds.
So you'd have to cast it multiple times to get an army through.
Several rounds. Rounds are 10 minutes. Is that right?
Well, hold on.
1
Why are
minute.
we talking about teleporting our army here all of a sudden?
I'm not, but I just didn't know if it was possible. So
Tarvo
say
was-
a round's a minute, yeah?
Yeah.
Or
It's a
turns
round
10
per
minutes,
level,
sorry.
So you could have close to 10 minutes at your level. So
Yeah.
That's not bad, actually.
you could get a sizable number of people through it.
I think
And
I
you
can
can do
only
it in secret.
And the cube could help in that as well, maybe?
The cube will is a 10 by 10 area.
Okay, so that's not
No.
But you could, if you had multiple castings of it and you did
can
it
only
in the dead
cast
of
it
night.
once per day. I believe I can only cast 1/5 level a day.
Right. Could you make scrolls of it?
Your
Lots.
sister can cast it more than once per day.
Yeah.
That's the only thing she can cast.
And she's in the army, isn't she?
Wasn't traveling with it, yes.
Yes. So that's a potential option if we need to accelerate their arrival. But we're not there yet. We need to figure out.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're
What's your thought behind
accelerating
this
things.
question, Tarvo?
Well, I was wondering if there was a way to force their hand. Look, we're gonna. If we don't want either of them to take the crown, to keep it, either take it or keep it, or the throne, should I say? There is no crown. We need something that's more convincing, and
Yeah.
either that's going to be a large number of armed men pitching up, or something that happens in the room itself. When we have this parley that makes it clear to them, we're not here to discuss, we're here to tell you how it's going to be, and here's how it's going to be. And if you don't like it, then something unpleasant will happen, and we have to figure out what that unpleasant thing is. I mean,
But that's
Am I
a
missing
threat, and that's fine. But
what do we have that they want? Nothing.
if Aldrich or
Yeah.
Aval, if you decide to be emperor of this empire, you will have to make a very thorough and strict and clear decision on this. Otherwise, you will have no hope to ever keep on to this empire.
Creating a peaceful meeting between all leaders and then deciding to slaughter them is not honourable, and no one will follow a man.
who
No,
does that?
I would-
No.
I would not wish that. We need something that
I need to get a sense of the house, if nothing else.
before the parley.
Which house?
A house Damarath. I know nothing about them other than that they
you know
summon
that they're
demons.
in league with demons. They have been thoroughly corrupted by the eye. That doesn't change.
But the thing is that someone might have thought once that I was in league with them, maybe we should give him a chance to hear him out.
Okay.
If the crown is
I'm just-
destroyed, the demons would turn on them, and I'm sure they wouldn't want to be friends with them anymore.
Listen,
Okay.
we won't know until we show up.
No.
So.
But we need to have a plan. This. I feel like we're just going in blind.
Yeah, well, you need to know what you will decide once you have confirmed whether that they are in league with demons, and then you also need to have a plan once you've confirmed that they're actually not in league with demons anymore.
Well, look, I think we want to have an idea of what our end goal here is. Is it to have Tolek take the throne?
No,
Is it to have Damarath take the throne?
no,
Is it to
So
have
it's-
you take the throne?
So it's us then.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
I don't trust either of these houses to rule peacefully or to rule with honor.
What can we give Damarath that will make them back down?
An ultimatum. That's all I can think of.
You can
Just-
restore. You can offer to restore to House Torlek. Yeah.
Out of character, Chanter spent a lot of time with Aldrich when he was doing all of the political stuff. She's got a very high intelligence. I do not. Is there a way I can maybe recall something that maybe both sides have potentially mentioned in the past of wanting or desiring that we could use as leverage?
Second.
No
Good
worries.
message.
You can offer
Okay.
them. You can offer House Torlek that you return the seat of government to Torlek City. That's something they would want. and it's something that you actually promised other places as well.
Yes, that's true. But is there a way we can... I almost want to have a better sense of the current situation with House Damarath. I don't know if that's necessary. Perhaps we can just base all of our actions on the assumption that they're all horribly evil and are in league with demons.
It seems to me it doesn't matter whether they're evil or not. We don't want either of these bastards to have the throne.
No, it has to be
The only
balanced.
bastards should be us.
Okay.
I think the Pixie's got an interesting point there. Then it's 2 against 1.
What? So we
Okay.
side with Torlek, promise them
No,
something.
no. We make them side with us,
Oh, I see.
like Bella says.
We parlay with Damarath. We establish that that Damarath indeed is in league with the demons, which we do expect, and then we follow through on our word, but on the condition that they join us to defeat Damarath and they give us the Empire, and then in return for that, we will move the seat of government to
Torlek City. Yeah.
Right. That sounds like a plan.
But we need to show them that we have the capability of enforcing that. So this thing with the moon bridges, I don't find it a bad idea.
No, it's a good idea.
If we need it.
Well,
How
we-
soon will they get here? So if they've been traveling for a week, what's the total travel time?
Another week.
Another week.
Yeah, if you look at the main map, it's a huge.
So if we
distance.
held off talking to House Damarath for about a week, what would happen? Would they just continue fighting and then?
Yeah, they would.
But
I-
they're besieging the city, but not necessarily invading it.
Yeah, but there is intermittent fighting going on,
Right.
and if other forces arrive from the north during that period, things will get very ugly.
Yeah.
I think we need to draw this to a close as soon as we can.
Yeah,
Yes.
that makes sense.
I think time is of the essence, and we should not stall any longer. We should
Okay,
just
but-
go to Damarash.
Let's get our army here first. I think.
Do you not think that will exacerbate things?
No,
It gives us leverage.
it gives you showing of strength will force decisions in your favor. Exacerbating situations would be if you actually commit soldiers to battle and that kind of thing. That exacerbates the situation.
How many people in our army?
Several thousand. There were 5,000 in the Crimson Legion alone, and about that much of yours, Mordath's, Ghost Elf, and Tiefling troops. So you're looking at
About
about
10,000.
10,000.
Good
Yeah.
lord.
With
And there's no way they can
Several-
all get through.
several spellcasters.
Yeah.
Is
Okay,
she
so
the
look,
only one who can
Vandar-
cast this spell?
No, Salmon Daliante can as well. So can Vandar Quen. Avaleria might be able to as well. She was another powerful elven spellcaster.
Well,
Okay.
then maybe we should
Let's do this.
confer with them. Yeah.
Let's fly. How do we confer with them?
Well, we need to first find a place where we can put the army hidden and gather them all over the course of some
evening.
time, right? Yeah,
What time of day is it now?
Morning.
this morning.
Okay, let us find a way to reach out to our army.
I can take us there now.
Just a quick question.
Oh, so can
Um,
Bellis.
If we're heading to Damarash, isn't there a whole tiefling area there that is loyal
No,
to
that-
Aldrich?
That's Torlek.
Oh, that's Torlak.
That's the big city on the river. Yeah.
Let's
So wait, wanna
talk
use
to
your
the army.
cube? Go by cube.
Yeah, we go by cube because we need Jade Darian's spell to actually bring lots of troops here. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get the wyverns first.
Yeah.
Do we need the wyverns, or do we just leave them here? We get the wyverns and then fly to a staging area
Mm-hmm.
nearby. That's concealed, perhaps behind some trees or in a forest or something
Yeah,
like
or
that.
a little valley
Mhm.
close by.
Yeah, somewhere out of sight.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm getting Avengers the Endgame vibe where everyone's coming through the portals.
On your left. I love it.
Mhm. All right. So you return to your wyverns, move away, select a staging area in one of the lower canyons that gives you easy access to the city, and from there activate the cube.
Yeah.
Okay. With a rush and a pop of air, Bellis's planar gate plucks you from Damareth and deposits you on a small tussock of grass beside one of the great imperial roads. Your forces are arrayed, breaking camp for the morning, preparing themselves for the journey north. Word goes up almost immediately at your sudden appearance. First an alarm, and then cheers of delight at your appearance. And a ragged cry from Valandor, Mordath, Ghost Elf, Tiefling, and Crimson Company forces.
Oh, stop
Bastards!
it. Oh, no, the
Right.
pleasure's all yours.
Taken up across the camp.
Okay, well, we head to the command tent, I guess.
Okay. Sama Daliante is already rushing out to see if her brother is there. Delighted that he is. Valto Cray, leader of the Tieflings. The entire panoply of allies and troops. Brother, you come south so soon?
Yes.
How fared matters at Damaresh?
We have a plan, but we require everyone's magics. We need the Rainbow Bridge to get the army there as soon as we can. A week is too long.
See. Leaning on his wooden staff, Vandar Quen joins you. You have mastered the bridge yourself.
I have.
Your skills have grown greatly in but a few days. I sense much changed about you, Jadarian.
I leveled up. Sorry.
Oh my god.
With your teachings and my sisters, that's helped.
Outstanding. Well, there is another who has joined us who might be able to lend us sorcery. And walking into the tent behind him is Calamandra.
Oh,
Ah,
hello.
I smile at her and bow my
My
head to her.
lord. So, and here we are to move the armies precipitously north.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you have in mind? Balto Gray says.
We're trying to make a show of force when needed. We're going to bring the army closer to Damaresh in a secluded vale, or I'll describe the location we're bringing them to.
Not a battle then.
Potentially.
No.
Not initially.
Right. Well, I'll get the troops to continue getting themselves ready. Double time.
And I'll explain the plan as we have it now to everybody, so that everybody's filled in on, the discussion we just had, basically.
Okay.
yeah.
A few more come and join you for the high-level briefing. Among them, Commander Adra. She just kind of hangs at the back, listening, nodding. And then the orders go out to prepare for passage through Sorcerer's Gates to a staging area outside Damaresh. Good to see you again, Abel, she says, when things are quieting down a little bit.
Good to see you too. Been keeping well?
Been keeping busy with your army.
Oh, you know.
Aye, well, there's a fair few camp followers have come with us, you know. The usual cooks and farriers and carpenters and blacksmiths. I think they're expecting to see something kind of special.
Special?
Yes. Everyone here believes in Valandor. She claps you on the shoulder. So let's not let them down, eh?
Wouldn't dream of it.
Good lad. She nods and smiles, and then turns and walks off. Get that tent taken down, double time, you lazy maggot, I said now. Not like that. Wrap the tie ropes up properly. What's wrong with you?
That's my mum.
Over the course of the next couple of hours, the Valandor camp is thrown into a surprisingly organized frenzy as the medley of human, tiefling, ghost elf forces work together, well trained and in unison, to strike camp, get their belongings stowed away, and then Samandaliante, Calamandra, Judarian, Avaleria, and Vandar Quen array yourselves at the head of the army to prepare a multiple casting of the Rainbow Road. The spell, or should I say spells, as they emerge, are a staggering demonstration of elven magic taken to its height. In unison, the five elves weave the sorcery, and the air in front of them shimmers with polychromatic hues. And then a vast road unfolds before the army across the entire length of the highway and sweeps northward. And as the Rainbow Road unfurls ahead of you, it passes from this dimension through into something beyond. And at a single silver horn blast, the Valandor forces begin marching forward. Mehaladin's Rainbow Road, fabled amongst the elves for taking his people to other planes, to other crystal spheres, here instead carries you over 1,000 miles and a handful of footsteps. Behind you, the roadside is left behind, and for several long, steady footfalls, you are encased in shimmering rainbow light, until finally the road reaches its end and spills out onto the dusty canyon bed just to the south of Damaresh. Looking back over your shoulders, you see winding columns of troops making their way through the road, held in place by the sorcery of the 5 elven spellcasters. And with the addition of figures such as Calamandra and Vandar Quen, the durations are more than enough to allow all 10,000 or more to finally set foot upon the baked earth near the bridge city. What now? Andrew says. We wait here?
Yes.
So
Wait for our signal.
But I presume that we invite them to parley and show them that we have this force here waiting, right?
They'll know soon enough. If they have any wit about them, they'll be patrolling the surrounding countryside. I give us an hour maybe before word gets back to Torlek forces that we're here.
So maybe it is better to have parley.
Array
they
the
can
troops
see
in a
you.
defensive formation. Make sure that you are not surprised by any surprise attacks that they might decide to enact.
Yeah, don't get surprised by a surprise. Be
Well,
quite embarrassing for you.
Don't
Just
worry.
just be ready.
We will. We await your command, my lords.
Thanks.
I look with great respect to the casters, and I bow to your arcane prowess. That was quite incredible.
I nod my head back.
Your skills have grown greatly, brother. Someone Daliante says.
Thank you.
Our mother would be proud.
I know.
The wyverns that we parked here,
Mhm.
let's have them patrolling the skies.
Yes.
Have them manned by people who are in the army, and just make sure that they keep an eye on any movement from above.
Okay, good.
And then we'll take the remaining wyverns that we need
And fly what?
and
Straight
fly
into the
towards straight to the palace. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, seeing your troops from the air spreading out into defensive formation, making camp, setting up defensive perimeters, you realize how much force there is indeed at your command. Should you so desire, you could very easily break the siege.
Well, that's good to know.
It is indeed an interesting position of power to be in, compared to where your road started. A small band of men winding their way up through the passes toward Highthorn for a meeting with the Kalian Circle. Now, atop your wyverns, you swoop over the Torlek forces, over the smoke-reeked streets of the city, and down toward the palace. Last time you were here, it was for a confrontation with Saltara Mordath and the demon lord Demogorgon.
Don't!
That doesn't count if the narrator's
That
saying
doesn't
it.
count, you little shit.
Down you circle. If the consternation of the Torlek troops was anything to comment on, what happens when you head down toward the palace, it is just a complete panic. You can actually hear screaming and yelling. You hear the name Valandor rise up a few times. There is a sizable number of troops ring the courtyard from surrounding buildings. You can see crossbows and arrows knocked as you descend. It is only the fact that you don't come in attacking that you think that prevents you from being riddled with arrows upon arrival.
Do you think they know it's us?
Perhaps we have a little white flag with us, just to,
Yeah.
you know,
Parley!
like maybe dragging behind the tail of the. Of
They're
one of
wielding the white
wyverns.
flag of attack. Fire!
Ah!
White symbolizes death.
The ancient symbol showing the slaughter of people.
A a number of heavily armed infantry stride out to meet you. Unlike the ornate frou-frou armor that Torlek wear, House Damarath has had itself tested on the field of battle more than once. But it's the figure who's leading them that you almost immediately recognize. It's Lumio Dalgath.
Oh, God.
Last you saw him, he was supposed to be getting married at a wedding that slightly got eaten by demon.
I was a waiter. I remember that.
Yes, he was marrying into House Damarath, supposedly.
He was a bit of a poofer, I'm not going to
We
lie.
never found him, did we?
You found it. You met him upstairs canoodling with one of the serving girls, and then afterwards he disappeared.
Little bastard.
House Valandor. Well,
No, you're saying it wrong.
House Valandor. You've some nerve.
Valandor.
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 But I feel like I'm saying it. Valandor.
Valandor. Valandor.
You've some nerve showing yourselves here.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I presume you didn't just come to be riddled with arrows. What
No,
is it?
Okay, well, you know what? I don't appreciate that tone. If you just take the sass
I put a hand on.
Well, I put my hand on top of yours because I'm still speaking, sir. I'm not going to be silenced today. We are here to parley with you, sir.
And not with the inferior likes of you, but with your masters. Thank you very much.
What she said.
See. Well, perhaps you'd better come this way then.
Yes, perhaps we should.
Yeah, perhaps you should.
Yes, maybe we will.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I know.
Say Valandor again.
Yeah.
I dare you.
What she said. Yeah.
Get with
Those
it.
sunglasses. Oh, you're actually wearing them. I don't know.
Lumio turns around and leads you through the outer halls toward a council chamber not far from the throne room where you battled Demogorgon.
Stop!
Similar to the main council tent of House Torlek, there is a maps, tables, food, drink, considerably more Spartan than the siege lines. However, is that one single piece of bread? Whoa! Considerably more...
this.
Oh, you've thrown the game now with your bread.
Considerably more Spartan than the siege lines. Here they're obviously suffering a little bit. No monster head-sized bread for them. Lord Tarlan, we have envoys from House Valandor here.
No, still wrong. Still wrong.
Leaning over the table, dressed in dark courtier clothing, a quilbuy breastplate tied around his still wiry frame. The man he addresses as Lord Tarlan Damarath looks up. Well, you see the family resemblance to the dead emperor straight away. A pair of almost certainly younger relatives are pouring over the table with him, a man and a woman.
Can I do a danger sense in the room?
Give me a d20 roll, please.
I could do the same.
Hold on 1 second. I actually have to.
I've got mind sense, so can
You
I do
haven't
that?
even got your dice ready. The final
For
of the campaign,
shame!
you haven't got
15.
15. Yeah, no, it's a wisdom check, so it all seems completely.
I could do a mind.
Oh,
Is it mind? What's it
Still,
called?
I'm still going to be wary.
Mind over matter. Can I do a mind over matter?
No, it's a wisdom check.
Okay.
I mean, you can roll if you want, Jadarian.
I roll. 10.
Your wisdom's just a 10. Perfect roll. That's as high as you can get without failing.
Oh, 10.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Your wisdom's 10.
I had to roll up and have a look at my wisdom.
The fact is, although Tarlin and his two relatives look a little bit wary at your presence, they're not giving off any overt signs of being about to draw blade upon you. However, from Lumio, standing just behind you, there's something about the way he's standing, the way his hand is kind of casually hanging near his one of his two blades. He is like a bow bent so far it could snap any second.
Okay.
Tarlin looks up at you. Valandor, you've got the
Good
nerve
morning.
to fly in here on your lizards.
We
Yeah.
haven't come here for conflict. We came here to discuss peace and parley between you and Torlek.
What peace? Hide them away from our city, then we'll have peace. You've hung on the southern borders long enough. It's time for you to pick a side. Are you
Well-
loyal to the throne or not?
Depending on the outcome of the parley, that might be seen then. I suggest we talk for the good of the Empire with all parties involved. This is what we're trying to broker right here. This is why we give you this courtesy visit.
You give us the
This
courtesy. visit.
division of the Empire and the endless slaughter of its people must stop. And this is why we're here.
There's an easy way to accomplish that.
Yes, you agreeing to
Yeah.
a parley and talk to all parties involved.
What do you think we're going to agree to? Let Torlak have the crown? Don't be absurd.
That is what the point of the discussion is for, to
We're going to
negotiate.
negotiate an amenable
Exactly.
compromise, yes.
We'll agree to one compromise and one compromise only. Torlak doesn't get the crown. It's that simple.
Well,
Okay.
that is definitely something that you can bring to the table.
Absolutely.
Have you spoken to Osla?
Yes.
Indeed, we have.
And what does that old goat have to say?
That she agrees to a parley, and that she was willing to hold said parley within the walls of Damaresh.
Really?
Really, really.
Really.
That's a remarkably brave assumption on her part. Very well. I'll agree to those terms.
What's the young man's name again?
Lumio,
Yeah, I look at Lumio. You look a bit edgy, Lumio. You okay there? We enjoyed your wedding, by the way. It was a fantastic event.
yes, I remember you being there.
Yeah, we remember you very well.
Although we didn't see you there when we witnessed the grotesque finish of that feast.
Oh, well, I was wise enough to make my departure before all the murders took place.
And how on earth did you get out?
Quickly.
Hope you took that maid with you.
Maids, right? I
Don't
distinctly remember more than one.
So tedious. This is part of your masterful bargaining technique.
No, I was just saying it was a fantastic
We're
wedding.
just making light conversation. No need to get aggy about it.
Lumio, we've agreed. Send word to Osla. We'll be gracious hosts, Tarlin says.
Thank you for your cooperation.
But don't think there's going to be any room for any of your Valandor trickery.
Valandor trickery.
Torlek are not getting the crown. Or should I
Well.
say the throne, seeing as I understand it, you took the crown.
Parley
We didn't
starts with
take
all
it.
parties present, I would suggest.
Yeah.
You don't get to jockey for position beforehand of the parley. You can put your concerns and your demands on the table when we have all parties present, and then we will discuss.
Let me ask you a question before we get down to brass tacks. What puts you in a position to make these decisions? To call and demand and advise? You've come all the way from your southern deserts, and you think we're just going to listen to what you have to say?
Well, I think once the meeting will commence, you will know with what stick we back up this request. And I look at Aldrich and Avel, looking expectantly here to leave.
Okay. Let's make a move. I make my leave.
We will see you back here, shall we say, in 1 hour?
Sounds good.
Agreed. See you in an hour.
And then I'm keeping an eye on every single guard in the room as we leave, getting a sense of their general prowess. Do these look like elite bodyguards?
They look like capable warriors, put it that way.
How many of them are, etc.
Yeah. Okay. So you make your way back out the palace.
Yeah. Bye,
your,
Lumiho.
He's clearly pretending not to be able to hear you. As you are reaching the edge of the courtyard and about to return to your wyverns, you hear rapid footsteps behind you. The young woman who was at the council table with Tarlin catches up with you. A moment, lords, please.
Yes.
My name is Trigger. I'm Lord Tarlin's grandniece. We can all see what's coming. I'm sure that's why you're here. This will either end in a bloody battle or a siege that will kill far more.
We're trying to prevent it if we can, but I fear that you're right, and blood will be spilled before the end. Chanta has a question.
Hello. While this is going on, Chanta gets Squee and tries to leave him back in the room with the others.
Oh, okay. Yes, no problem.
Ooh.
Okay.
Easily done.
Thank you. And
Smart.
stay hidden. Like maybe if there's a plant pot, bury himself in it and literally just have the eyes out.
Okay, right.
Nice.
Sorry, do go on.
Oh, thank you.
If you have something that can bring this matter to a close, I urge you to do so.
There are a few things that Valendor still has, after all. But
Tell
I
us,
do
young
believe
lady.
all will be revealed at the parley.
One big thing that may help you is everyone assumes or still believes that you're demon worshippers and cohort with demons.
Is this true? Is there still demon influence over Damareth? Because that is not going to help your standing. Torlag is very against that, as you know.
As far as I know, none at all. Even House Dalgath, who were riddled with it. All of those who were in league with the Hordes of the Abyss were slain during Lumio's wedding. Or after, by yourselves.
Lumio wasn't slain.
No, but he's an idiot.
I don't know.
As far as Talon goes, my great uncle, no. My other great uncle, yes, but I think that's because he wore the crown.
And where is he?
Well, he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Zaltara killed him.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember that.
I don't believe so. But then, how would I know? Certainly not Lord Talon.
So why doesn't he want Torlek to wear the crown?
Well, because
he didn't say that he wants the crown. He doesn't want
he
Torlek to wear the
does.
crown.
Oh, absolutely he does. He's a bitter, entitled old man. And as far as he's concerned, it's his by birthright.
Right.
His brother wore it and died, and now it's his turn.
Right.
There's no nobility or altruism there. He's waited for most of his life for this. But I don't see how he's ever going to give it up to Torlek.
He probably won't.
No, probably not.
Let's see what the talks hold, shall we?
And who takes over from him after he's gone?
My brother or me? Possibly.
And what does your brother say about this?
He wants to make his granduncle proud.
And you?
I want peace for the Empire.
You know that if Damaresh or House Damarath sits on the throne, peace might not be something you can have. Even if they are your family.
Then we are doomed. For I do not see another way through this.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
Yes. But it's good to know that you have heart for the people of this place, and not just the chair that sits in this place that everybody covets.
She bows and hurries back into the palace and is soon swallowed by it.
Please forgive me. I was distracted by my son, and I missed out who that person was.
You died.
She is Talon Damarath's grandniece. The rest of the party have arranged a marriage between you and her to settle matters. So that'll be taking place in the next scene.
Gotcha. Yes.
That didn't happen. I wasn't distracted. I don't have a son.
Yeah, but we spoke in certain words, so your wisdom wouldn't have picked it up.
I was too busy being like, Squee, go. And
Yeah,
he's
well,
like,
you were talking to Squee.
and I'm like, it'll be okay. He's like,
All right. So I'm assuming a few minutes after that, you're once again airborne and heading back to Torlek Lines?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Oslo welcomes you back into the command tent. She's sent Jared off on some errand somewhere and is discussing matters of tactics with General Vastra. So, Talon didn't sacrifice you to demons the minute you set foot within the palace, eh?
Nope, not yet.
Does he know about your forces?
Seems that
when
he
we will have a
does.
talk, I'm sure he will.
I
That
think
was
he had
quite
an inkling
something.
of it.
They won't remain hidden forever.
Hidden? It's sweet that you think you can hide 10,000 troops.
They probably do already know, they're just not letting on as much as they could.
It might not have seeped yet to his court, but it will undoubtedly within the coming minutes will arrive on his desk.
But now he's agreed to parley. So now we need to inform Osla and meet in the Damarish throne room to discuss.
I see. Well, doubtless he sees this as an opportunity to assassinate me once I'm in the palace, Osla says.
Yes, it seems that way.
Well, then I look to my kind friends in the House of Alandor to ensure my safety at this meeting you have arranged.
I am going to inquire with you whether you have been given protective magics by your own mages.
I have some minor protections upon me, yes.
Okay. Good. Just between you and me, out of character here, what happened with Talora? She was with us when we came back.
Yes.
And then she went her own way?
Yes.
Okay. With me, of course, before she left, I would have had words with her to be able to reach her.
Yes, she mentioned to you that she was heading into the city to make sure that her various networks are still in place, and we'll be back in touch with you very shortly.
Okay, I will try and see whether I can make contact with her, because it might be a good idea that they are informed of this meeting as well, right? Because they will be the ones who will be able to
contact her.
Huh?
How do you want to make contact with her?
Yeah, we know where we met her last time, but of course it doesn't need to be her place anymore. Where the lich was.
The coiling cavern, yeah.
Yeah, she was there to talk to the lich, but there's no
Yes.
purpose for her to talk there anymore, so she probably wouldn't be there anymore.
Yes, call her cell phone, exactly, yeah.
No, I can't think of any way of reaching her.
No, they're in Torlek anyway, aren't they?
Well, we have an elf who might know. Or is she dead?
Who?
The one who was working for the Nightingale.
Freya?
Oh.
Jadarian stuck her full of arrows.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That happens. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, why would we want to keep her around?
I hate that bitch.
Okay. So unless there's anything else, then I'm presuming
Yeah, we'll go to the meeting.
Yep.
parley.
This is going to be fun.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Really looking forward to this.
I'm having a good time.
Before I go in there, Mark, I'm going to cast protection from arrows on myself.
From arrows.
Could I sorry, I just really need a bio break, so I'll be right back.
Let's take a 5-minute bio break. The Council of Succession. Yourselves in attendance. Were you intending to bring any of your associates? Adra, Vandar Quen, Namarsilie, Valto Cray, just yourselves?
Should we
Word
bring
will have gone out by now that they're there. So, Tarlin, Damarath, his nephew and niece Tramis and Traeger, Lumio Dalgath, and on the Torlek side, Osler, General Vastra, and unfortunately Jared. A circular table in a council chamber off the main courtyard. There are no Damarath warriors in the council chamber. But as you walk in, you can see them stationed in the courtyard outside and in adjoining chambers. Clearly several dozen would be able to rush into the council chamber at a moment's notice. This is not a safe place. Tarland and Osler The aged heads of their houses glare at each other across the table. Shanta, are you going to make your suggestions for spells?
Hi.
What is cast beforehand, by the way, Mark?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I can cast a spell on this table so we're safe from spell attacks. I thought maybe it would make you feel more safe. And another
You
option.
think that we're likely to attack those in our company with spells?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm thinking if
Of
someone
course
was
you
to-
are, Osler says. That's a good idea.
Oh, I was just thinking if someone was wanting to hurt people of power, this would be a great time to hit two birds with one stone, rather than in internal fighting. But yeah, and she kind of sits there and begins to cast the globe of invulnerability around the table. Once she's finished, she'll just say, I do have another option, but I completely understand if this one's a no. I can lock the doors magically so that people will not be able to get in so fast, but I understand if you don't want that.
Osler rocks back in her chair. You're a cunning one.
Am I?
Oh, you portray yourself as empty-brained, addle-headed, witless, and foolish. But you're not so foolish, are you? You have any objections to this, my Lord Tarlan? Osler says. You can see Tarlan's cheeks redden. None.
Good. I would like to follow up with a couple of divination spells for the area here to see for myself everybody is who he is, or he claims to be, and to see whether we are not having any uninvited guests in this meeting.
She's talking about demons, Jared says.
I'm not talking about anything in specific.
Oh, yes, she is, and we know exactly why.
I look down at him.
Again.
I wasn't aware that you spoke for this, Bellis, actually.
It makes sense. We don't want any invisible things here. If there's anyone here, it could be anyone. It could be the Nightingale.
As the rightful heir to the throne, I have every right to...
Sit down.
Sit down, Jared, Osler says. Jared sits.
Then it starts casting the spells.
Okay, at this point, can I use my influence reactions? See, like, can I do it on the down low?
They gotta... Well, they... You need to say something to influence their reactions, and they get saving throws at -3.
Okay, well then maybe I say something along the lines of...
Let's have cake.
Okay. Yeah, let's all eat cake. Let's have a good... No, I say, okay, this... Now, we all want this, I think, to go peacefully, no? So let's just keep that in mind. Be open to what the others are saying to you.
There is a number of concerned looks back and forward around the table, but all grudgingly or otherwise nod in agreement. Unmasked. Let me just read those again. Unmasked,
spells,
detect
I can
illusion,
copy them
detect
to you.
invisibility, and detect scrying. Okay. A no to all of those. All is as it seems. There is no one invisible. No one is masquerading as anybody else, and nobody is scrying on you. This quite literally appears to be an old-fashioned sit-down around the table between angry old people and their foolish young relatives.
Okay, I report this.
Festive.
Yes, festive, yeah.
And just a quick question, is it just one door to this room, or am I going to need to cast Wizard Lock multiple times?
One door.
Perfect, awesome.
Any
Wizard lock the
windows?
door. Ellis? Yeah, there's a couple of windows opening out onto the square.
I
I'll
will
keep
have
an eye on those just in case.
I'll have Squee on the other side of the door, and he to notify me if anyone comes by.
Okay, Squee is feeling particularly proud.
Squee's
himself.
really good today. He's doing a great job.
He's the new Grendy. He's our new assassin thief.
He's our rogue.
Our flower pot assassin.
I didn't mean Grendy was a frog.
So, Talon says, you've called us here. And we see now what you meant when you were talking about sticks earlier on. How in the hells did you get 10,000 troops up to this city without, I'm not even sure I want to know.
No, you don't.
So that's what this comes down to, is it? You're here to dictate terms.
We have the means to sway the battle one way or the other.
Yes, you do, Osler says.
But we were hoping to avoid bloodshed.
We would like to see you attempt making a compromise amongst the two of you first. How about that?
It's simple, Osler says. Damarath, you don't have a legitimate claim. Your claim has been corrupted over who knows how many centuries by demonic influence. Saltara Mordath, for all that she was an abomination on the face of this world, wiped that slate clean. The rightful order can now be restored. We will offer you fine holdings, fine lands, and positions of honor, responsibility, and power once Imperial Torlek becomes Torlek again. We were ruling house until Saltara Mordath killed my brother, Shandor. Yes. Your claims of demonic possession are unfounded. And the laws of succession mean that the throne passes to me.
Does it?
Look, Osler says. She points at Lumio. Your chief supporter here, their family was riddled with demonic influence. His father shared his bed with a succubus rather than his wife. This is who you lie down with, and you expect us to honor a claim to the throne based on that? What else do you have? Talon says. You don't have the troops to take the capital without a ruinous siege since the Crimson Company abandoned you to join Valandor. So is that what you come here for? With your new Valandor allies to force us out? They are no allies of ours, she says. They came here demanding a parley. Well, Talon says, they're asking for a compromise. I don't see how there can be one.
I do.
And what is that?
Lord Talon, you yourself said you would not like to see House Torlak on the throne. And you, Lady, sorry, I forget her name.
Osler.
Lady Osler, you have said much of the same in reverse. I offer a third compromising proposal. I have a right to the throne by conquest. Saltara Mordath slew your father, or your brother, sorry. I slew Saltara Mordath. If I take the throne, neither of you has to give in to the other.
But we've to give in to you.
Would you rather fight it out until you're all dead and dying on the street? Is that
So
what
you
prefer?
expect us to walk away, Osler says, from this
No,
table
no.
empty-handed, leaving the
No.
crown with you?
I would give you positions in this empire. Positions of power and privilege, much like you offer each other.
Ozzy, shut up.
Is that Squee? Squee's alarm outside the door.
Alarm.
If you think about it, if you let reason into your mind, you will see that I have a valid point. How many men do you control, Lord Dalgeth? Sorry.
You are insane.
Am I?
An upstart from a southern house to come here and demand that we vacate the palace for you. I am inclined, Osler says, I am inclined to agree with Lord Damarath. This was your plan? That we simply walk away and give you the Empire?
Listen, if you won't listen to Aldrich, then perhaps you'll listen to me.
What is in it for us? What are these positions of power and privilege you give us? What does Torlek walk away from except with dishonor?
If you side with Valandor, both of you, not just Torlek, not just Damarath, but both of you, if you side with Valandor, then not only will we move the seat of government to Imperial Torlek, but
to Torlek City.
Both of you.
What?
Both of you will be in positions of power, in positions of counsel to the new king.
This is outrageous, Tarlin says. He glares at Osler. You cooked this up with them. I assure you, we did not.
She did.
Lies.
She did not.
We came to the conclusion on our own.
You would do this? You would restore the capital to our city?
We would.
We would.
But Valandor would sit on the throne.
As is right, in my eyes, Valandor were the ones to dethrone Damaresh in the first place. Don't we have a claim? Don't we have more of a claim? Do I not have more of a claim to it?
Well, Lord Tarlan, Osler says, it seems to me that Torlek would not walk away from this empty-handed. Perhaps, if we allied ourselves with House of Valandor, we might indeed have the forces to oust you from the city.
We wouldn't be ousting anybody. Damaresh would stay in control. Or Damareth would stay in control of Damaresh, but they would not be lording over all lands here.
This is preposterous. This is absurd.
How? How is it?
You've been in cahoots from the beginning.
No.
We have not.
So
that is not true.
Let me analyze the situation here. The offer on the table is all three parties agree to Valandor taking the throne, and in exchange, House Torlek will walk away with the capital being restored to Torlek, and House Damarath will walk away with not being destroyed. Is this correct? The analysis that I'm making here? Looking at all the parties at the table?
But you. We could, Osler says. We could destroy you. Torlek and Valandor together. We could burn you from this city. This is your only chance to survive.
Is this how you want your house to go down? Is this going to be where the great history of Damarath ends?
So, then Aldrich is Emperor.
Well, maybe not. He may be the one that slew Soltara, but at the end of the day, he's not Valandor.
What?
But I am.
What?
My father, before he died, he legitimized me from a bastard to a true member of the House of Valandor. I have more of a claim than he does.
The question is, do you want to be emperor?
Tarvar's like...
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell him.
If Valandor doesn't want to be emperor, then at least it'll have 3 noble houses supporting Aldrich, if Aldrich is the emperor. But obviously, depends if...
I am willing to take the mantle of emperor.
Well, it depends what I decide then.
Just a quick timeout. Aldrich is a bastard of House Mordath, but he was never recognized, was he?
No.
No.
But he still has the claim. He still has
a
the
claim by
claim.
conquest.
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to get specific, Hagen killed Saltara. He cut her throat.
Right.
Oh.
Yes, but he's nowhere to be seen. Sir not appearing in this movie.
Aldrich was legitimized as Valandor, though. He was
He has been,
labeled. So he is still the lead to the thing.
No, his father didn't know that he was a bastard. It was just assumed.
So they never went through the process of legitimizing like I did.
I feel like this is something we should have discussed before going in here. I thought it's like...
Clearly Avel is just now ambushed.
Yeah, it's like we're all in there like, let's get Aldrich on throne, and then Avel's like, bish, nah, me, and we're all here like,
maybe I wanted to
have a letter here.
Yeah. Well, it never came up before. I got the letter from my mom before we did the whole wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff, so I never really had the moment to be like, by the way, guys.
Yeah, but on top of that, though, Valandor hasn't got a claim.
So you chose this moment to be now.
Yeah, but
Chancellor looks quite angry and almost betrayed at Avel.
Well, just to be clear, Mark.
He just does.
Valandor don't actually have a claim, do they?
Look, this means actually that we have actually a further option to sweeten the deal if Avel would take the throne.
It means we look like a fool in front of these powerful people saying we should rule this place, and the people that are saying we should rule can't decide who should rule.
No, here's the thing.
Shanta, the ship has sailed. It's been spoken.
Yes.
I'm just saying we look like
here's
fools.
the thing. Here's the thing. Out of all of the people at the table at the moment, arguably we've done the most for the realm.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but
that is part of our
does
claim.
Valandor have a legitimate claim to the throne?
Yes, because it was House Valandor or its agents who killed Saltara.
Right. Okay.
And it's up to you guys to decide
So-
exactly where that lies. But
No,
let's
no.
have this. Let's continue this in character, please.
But
because
I
we're
was just
a
gonna
little bit
say,
excited here.
what I was saying earlier was that we, as Valandor, have a right to the throne because we were the ones that killed Sartara, so we technically are next in line.
Yes.
So anyway, continuing.
Obellis makes the further point then, since Avel is considering the option that he takes the throne as well, that gives us another option for a further compromise. Since Avel does not have a girlfriend, he might actually consider then marrying somebody of House Damarash.
Absolutely not. I've got a boyfriend. Get off your butt.
No, but that's separate. This is a royal entertainment. It's separate from. This is about making offspring, right?
No, sir. Aldrich can do that.
But then
Can't be illegitimate then.
Well, maybe I'll adopt. Are you gonna argue with that, huh? I said gay rights. I'm not backing down on that.
Drake's womb.
You will
Drake's
get
womb.
problems with lineage later on in the family.
Maybe.
If you do
There's
that.
there's a lot of cool nifty magic stuff though. I don't know.
She's
So,
right.
Ivor, did you know about this plan of Avel?
Who?
Abel,
Tarval.
she's right. You have to secure a lineage, or this is just a game.
Well, then who am I gonna go to bed with?
That nice
Like,
lady
what-
that come out and met us
Who do
before
you
was.
suggest?
Yeah,
Oh,
You
they-
will do as houses throughout the age of the Empire have done. You will live your life behind closed doors as you see fit, but in public, you will be an emperor and empress. And he looks quite pointedly over toward Traeger, who's sitting at the side of the table like,
Was that the niece? That was the niece, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. A good choice, Avel.
this I agree
Yeah.
to.
Try not to throw up in my mouth. Not
Osler
gonna lie.
nods.
So
This
that
I
would mean
agree.
that everybody here at the table walks away with something
Well, that does seem fair.
and sacrifices have to be made by all parties.
On one condition.
Oh,
As
I have a
well.
condition.
Yeah. You've been accused of obviously hosting demons, where your niece here says that you don't. Maybe a full investigation as well. A clean slate for Damarash.
How dare you?
You know full well why we dare.
How dare you? My friend Elf also says, we have an agreement.
It bothers me a little.
You and me both, Lord Jedarian. This still hangs like a cloud above House Damarash, and you know it.
I see. I see. He stands. You can
Well-
see color rising up his cheeks.
But we can discreetly deal with this.
Discreetly,
Discreetly, yes.
he looks toward you, Avel. So, boy, you would claim the throne by right of conquest. And he slams his fist into the table. And then insult me to my face.
I didn't insult you at all. That was the pixie.
I have this thing that I speak very directly, and
Listen,
I apologize if that insulted you.
Listen, I see it.
I was
working
just
out for
addressing
all
the
of
elephant
us.
in this room.
I challenge you to personal combat.
Why?
The ancient right of combat for the throne. I invoke it here and now.
What? But why
How?
though?
I will answer your insult with steel.
Yeah, but why?
Because this is his last desperate claim to the throne.
Yeah, but like I mean I'm not 100% agreed to it yet, but I wouldn't mind having a baby with your girl or whatever. Isn't that enough?
And then
for
you smirk behind your hands at me.
What?
No.
What? I didn't do nothing.
You have
I've
offered
just been
insult.
sat here.
And I answer it with my ancestral right. I demand trial of combat. Lumio, I name you as my champion.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Bellis!
Lumio steps forward.
Damn it.
You can name a champion too, Evel, if you want.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Let Aldrich kill the foe.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Good thinking, sir. Aldrich? Hello? Aldrich?
He's not.
Sorry,
He's not paying attention.
my son keeps yelling my name.
Basically, trial by combat, Lumio,
Yes.
is you? If you would be so kind, brother of mine.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Oh. I was just gonna say, you have more hit points than I do, so anyway. Yeah, what?
You're talking in riddles again.
Yeah, well, you know.
So let me understand this correctly.
Are we having a little sidebar?
Yeah, a
You
little
can have a
sidebar.
sidebar. There's a sidebar alcove at the side of the room.
Yeah, okay.
Chanter
Cool.
is staring daggers at you, Avel, by the way.
Just let me get this straight. You jumped this little lovely surprise on me, and then you want me to fight your fight for you?
Are you gonna say no? Because I'll do it.
I'm just saying, it's a little bit. What's
It's
in
a
it
little
for
bit
me?
what? It's a little bit
What's-
what? Glory and honor of fighting for Valandor, you little shit.
I'm gonna need a little
What?
bit
Is
more
that
than
not
that,
enough
you
for
little
you?
shit.
What? Hello? Do I have to pay you to do this for me now?
Yeah, how about I don't know.
The throne.
The throne.
Mm,
Do you really want to be emperor? Do you?
I mean,
Really?
kind of.
You do?
Listen, getting on the level with you for a second. You remember our dear old dad, whatever his name was, him. Before he died, before we set out on our very first quest to Highthorn, he pulled me aside, and he said to me that a day would come soon where I would have to prove myself, where I would have to choose my destiny. Now, I know that I may not have outwardly shown any interest in it up until this point. Maybe that is how it appears to you, but those words, his words, have been sitting in my mind this entire time, and I see what all these great houses do to each other and how they fight for nothing just because they think that they should be in charge, and I don't want that anymore. I don't want that for any of us.
Do any of us hear this, or is this just you two? Just curiosity.
That's us. That's just us. We're having a sidebar. I don't want Imperial Torlek. I don't want this land to be so fraught with these petty squabbles anymore. And in all my time traveling and all the people that I've met, I believe I could make a difference. Truly. And I hoped that you, of all people, would be by my side. I hope that at the end of the day, you would be there in Valandor to back me up. Out of everyone here.
All right. But I get Valandor.
It's fine by me. I actually was going to ask if
Okay.
you would watch over that.
I spin around and I immediately grab my ranseur and stride directly towards Lumio.
Hell yeah. That was my influence reactions, just FYI.
Lumio's gonna be a
I
demon.
made you do that.
Gentlemen, then, to the courtyard.
All right.
I reckon
Chanted,
it's a
you
demon.
lower the wizard lock on the door.
No! No one leaves!
Yes, I'll lower the wizard lock.
Okay.
And I'll grab Squee.
Out into the courtyard, then you head.
Okay. I know maybe I should do this just before they're going into combat, but as Aldrich is getting ready, I would like to use my inspiration on him.
Okay.
Or maybe my inspiration could have been the whole big speech that I just made.
That
'cause
works fine for me.
Usually I have to do.
That actually
Usually I
kind
have
of
to do a
convinced him.
poem, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was
fuck no.
special. That was special.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I do try. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I give to him.
Okay, and that
So that-
inspiration currently is a plus
Plus
2.
2. Yes.
What is happening with Lumio? Do I see anything? What's going on with him?
He's striding out to the courtyard, pulling his 2 blades, kind of flexing his shoulders, going through a couple of warm-up maneuvers.
Aldrich, you have the Valandor blade, right? So you don't need Silverfire, just in case there are demons. Does that work on demons?
My
Forgot.
Ransor is enchanted now against
Yeah?
evil creatures.
Okay. But does that count demons? It would, wouldn't it?
I bloody well hope so.
Yeah, it does.
if that doesn't
Okay.
work against
Okay.
evil demons.
All right. Just checking.
Chanter will when the
Can we buff him? Is that allowed or?
Yeah, I was going to ask, are we allowed to buff him, but I don't know. If we
No,
can.
just
No, I did it
you have
secretly.
you have a stone skin on you, Aldrich,
And
a negative plane protection,
yes, and also
a regenerate serious.
yes, thank you.
Just out of curiosity, what are the rules of this? Is it to the death? Is this first
Oh,
blood?
yes.
Okay.
Till the
To
death
the
or
death,
someone yields, I
Like
think.
Game of Thrones style, like you're gonna squeeze someone's head and it will explode.
Shanta, while the battle is beginning to be set up, I guess she'll request Avel to have a chit chat.
Oh God!
I do a detect magic just to be sure.
Oh, okay. Lumio's both of his swords and his armor is magic.
Swords and armor are magic.
Okay.
This is you're marching out. Damarath troops forming a large circle around the courtyard, and you can see others in the galleries and windows up above. And yeah, the various councillors take up their positions on steps overlooking the courtyard. Lumio kind of strides down in, swinging his hips, swinging his blades back and forward. Just as Bellis is kind of walking beside you, as he walks down into the courtyard, it looks from the way he's moved that he's had lots and lots of training with a sword.
Okay.
But it all looks like kind of practice yard maneuvers.
Right.
You've seen Gladiator, where the Emperor is practicing against that entire circle of men.
Yes.
Right. It looks like that.
Yes.
Beautiful practice, choreographed movements, people waiting their turn to attack him.
Right.
You don't think he's seen a proper field of battle.
Okay.
Shanta, you were going to have a quick word with Avel before Aldrich gets beheaded, before the fight starts. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. And while this happens, Bellis is also keeping a very keen eye on Lord Damarath.
Yeah.
And what he's doing.
Chanter approaches Avel. Whether or not he stops for her, I don't know, but she will attempt to.
I'm not. I pretend I do not see it.
Avel,
Yes.
may I have a quick word?
Sure. I mean, yes, of course.
It is not my place to say, and I am quite biased. But during this battle, I just want you to watch the fight, and I want you to watch how much Aldrich cares and what he will do for someone. If it wasn't for him, most of us wouldn't be here now. The world wouldn't be the way it was. And it's all because of his bravery, his courage, and his skill.
Shanta,
He has proven himself worthy. The reason that leaders are becoming corrupt, the reason that they are maybe not the best choice, is because we focus on lineage rather than worth. We have fought alongside Aldrich, for Aldrich, and to me, and I think to the public, and I could be wrong, but we see Aldrich as our leader. We see Aldrich as the man who should be in charge. And I respect the lineage, and if you do truly after this want to still lead, then fair be it, but you realize what you're robbing of Aldrich and what he deserves and how hard he has fought for this kingdom and everyone in it.
I understand. Shanta, I understand why you're saying these things. I understand why you feel this way.
Don't be fooled. I want no place as Empress, even if he continues to want to be anything with me.
I understand that of you as well, but
if I could,
how hard he's fought, I could say that for every one of us. Every single person we've come across that has helped us along the way, they're all worthy of songs and praise that I will surely write. And as much as Aldrich is my brother, my one true brother, no matter what blood ties may hold us, at the end of the day, I fought for Valandor. And he is a part of Valandor, but at the end I fought for that, for my home.
And then I could say my claim to the throne is just as right as yours.
You could. You want to step in that arena? Go ahead.
You're not. And I have no doubt that if I put my name in the ring, that Aldrich would fight for me. But
sure
I don't deserve the throne. I have the brains to know that I wouldn't be a good ruler. I know that Aldrich would. And I would rather place my bets on a no than a maybe. I've not seen you rule, Avel. I've not seen you be in charge solely of a huge army. I've not seen you brand inspiration, bring people together, combine nations. I have not seen that. And you might be capable, but I would rather base on a no. If it was up to me, I would love to have a quiet life away from everything with Aldrich, but I know that he deserves so much more. Just watch him fight. Just watch. There will be people who will come for the Emperor. There will be people who will come for the people that they love. Are you going to be able to deal with that? Could you lead with that? Aldrich, at the end of the day, it's your right to choose and it's your right to say anything, but just please think, when he's out there fighting, does he really not deserve the throne? And Chanta turns around and tries to walk away really seriously and trips over her blanket, picks it up, wraps it up, turns around, makes sure she's not looking, and keeps going.
Well, that's me told, I suppose. Game's over, guys. I'm off.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
And then I cast Fireball on Avel's face.
7.
One of the first things that you discover about Lumio is how fast he is.
Can I threaten area?
There's a 13 and a natural 20. The speed of him is incredible. With his first 2 strikes, one hacks at your wrist. You feel your hand numbed and falling away. The second, around the half of the polearm, it goes around, so it goes skittering across the ground, well away from you.
Okay.
You see almost immediately that the foppish demeanor is a complete ruse. A third attack, and then from the blade in his offhand, both strike home. Having seen you clearly a masterful swordsman, having exposed the weakness without your polearm disarmed, the attack does double damage.
Wait, what?
That's the weakness identification fighting style.
Ah, yes.
And the stone skin is gone?
3, 4 stone skins are removed. And the 5th one likewise removes another one of the stone skins. He skids backward and then looks in shock, realizing that what should have been an eviscerating blow appears to have injured you not at all. He crosses both of his blades in front of him in a salute and takes up a defensive position. What do you do?
All right, I'm going to dive for my Ranseur and grab it.
Yep. He slashes at you. You roll. You feel the blade bang, ring off the back of your neck.
Okay. How many
Just give me a
attacks
dex
does he
check,
have?
please. 5 for 2 and +1 on the offhand.
5 for 2 and +1 on the
So
okay.
4, then 3, then 4, then 3.
Okay.
Dex check, please.
Okay, I rolled a 9, so...
Okay, great. You snatch hold of the blade and bounce to your feet. Initiative, please.
Do I not get an action?
No, that is your action.
Jesus. All right. An 8 this time.
Okay, this time he only beats you by 1. Comes at you with a high stab, attempting to get over your guard. That's a hit. And you realize that his flurry of attacks over the last few moments have surely brought your stone skin down. 10 damage.
Okay.
And then he kind of hangs back, blades weaving in front of him, clearly in preparation for parries or something similar.
Okay.
What do?
Hold on one second. Okay, I'm going to fuck it, just lay into him.
Okay, he's armor class 25.
Okay. So that's a natural 20.
Sweet.
A 15 plus 17. Sorry, no. So that's a 30 and a 27.
Oof.
So that does. The first one does 17 points of damage. The second one does 14 points of damage, and the third does 16 points of damage.
Okay, and these are all just brutal overhand hacks with your Ranseur, are they?
No, these are going to be masterful, masterful stabs and swirls and dancing around him like the dexterous fighter that I am. Okay. I'm not just going.
1, 2, 3. He parries all 3 blows.
Of course he does. Even the natural 20? Okay. All right.
Yes, even the natural 20.
Yeah.
What's that total at?
A natural 20 would be 37.
Yes, even that one.
All right.
Inish, please.
I rolled a that's 5 total.
Right. Simultaneous.
All right. I'll parry.
You're gonna wait for parries.
Yeah.
Okay. He comes at you with 2 low stabs with his main hand blade.
Okay.
That's.
I'll wait to see if they hit or not.
That'll be a 24, which is a hit,
Mm-hmm.
and a 30, which is a hit. So if you want to parry, then you either have to perfect. Or,
I have the perfect parry, and then the half strike has to hit. That's armor class 26.
So which one are you? There's a 24 and a 30. Which one are you parrying?
I'll parry the 24 with the 26, and the other one I'll perfect parry.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Call those in order next time, please.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that there was an order. So
Yeah. And then his offhand attack.
I'll
Natural 20.
I have a perfect parry left, so
Do you? Okay.
yeah.
All right. So your blades again. The blade with the head of your ranswer clang, clashes up against each other, and you're kind of momentarily face to face with him.
Okay. Does he look strong?
He looks not so much strong as he looks fast.
Okay.
You live up to your reputation, Valandor, he says, before dancing backward.
All right.
Initiative, please. Another terrible roll.
An 8.
Yeah, okay, you go first.
Okay. I'm going to feint
Yep.
with one attack, and then
Yep.
I'm going to do a CMB attack and try and floor him
Like a knockdown. Yeah, go for
like
it.
a knockdown.
Yep.
So the feint is to just I don't know how that works, but I guess I'm just trying to fool him to get him off guard.
Do you have dirty tricks?
Do I have dirty tricks?
Do you have any of the arena combat fighting styles?
I have threaten area, but that's
No.
not
Okay, so
necessarily
maybe a charisma roll, please.
a charisma roll. Okay. An 11. That's on the
Okay.
nose.
All right. That'll give him a penalty. So you feint in one direction and then attempt to floor him. Okay. CMB versus difficulty is 35.
35.
Yep.
Okay. That's a 19.
Oh,
so
sweet.
that's
36.
36.
Perfect. Wham! Half strike. Takes his feet out from underneath him. He falls backward in slow motion. Cloak billowing around him. Blam! And slams him to the ground.
Okay. I have one attack left.
Yep.
Okay. I want to break his neck.
Okay. Can you first make me a CMB check? It's a -8 because it's a cold shot, so that's going to be 43.
43. Jesus.
Come on.
Only a natural 20 is then, right?
Oh my god.
Almost certainly a natural 20. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You better get in that. Oh,
I can't see it from here.
is that a nat 20?
No, he's going to roll it still.
Why is it not focusing? It's a natural 20.
Yeah!
It's not focusing. Why is it not focusing?
Break his neck!
Yeah, so you reach down, grab hold of him on the ground. Your arms close around his neck. For a moment, there is a kind of strangled gasping from him, and you can actually hear him kind of being like, no, and then crack.
Oh, fuck.
I can't believe that happened.
Move your camera back.
Lumio Dalgath's body goes limp.
Oh, no.
My heart is literally like
There's complete silence around the chamber, around the courtyard.
I stand up and I run him through. Just to make sure. Through the chest.
You hear the sound of bows creaking. On all of the galleries around, you can see there must be 30 or 40 arrows aimed at Aldrich. Osler looks over. Toward Lord Damarath.
Real quick, I'm going to grab one of his swords,
Mm-hmm.
and I bring it over to Avel.
Why?
And I wipe my blood off of the blade and hand it to him hilt first.
Okay, I take it. albeit a little bit confused.
You fought the battle for you, remember?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You fought well. There's a rainbow behind you.
Can I place my hand on Aldrich as he walks past?
Yeah.
Wait, are the arrows like? Are they going
It's
to
all
fire?
pointed at him. Yeah. Osler looks toward Talon.
I place my hand on Aldrich and I say, "Ooh, to Peelin," and he's got protection versus arrows as well.
Talon raises one fist. Osler shakes her head. Talon, no. And then he turns and faces you, Avel, and kneels. My liege. Osler, likewise.
Who's he kneeling
For-
to?
Avel
Well,
Okay.
Avel.
forces herself down and gets hold of Jared and almost pulls him to his knee. My lord. Jared kneels. General Vastra. Tramis and Traeger Damareth likewise. Traeger is crying openly. So is Tavo. And at their lords kneeling, the bows relax.
Okay, I put my hand up.
And the guards, one by one, fall to their knees all across the courtyard.
Thank you, friends of Torlek, friends of Damareth. Thank you for honoring your word. But I am not who you should be bowing to. And then I turn to Aldrich and I get down on one knee and I bow to him. This is your Lord Valandor.
I grab him by the shoulders and lift him up. Don't ever bow to me again.
Maybe I will.
I embrace him.
Tavo runs to your side, Avel. Does this mean you're not marrying that girl?
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, thank God.
I could never do that. No. That was like, no thanks. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore.
I come over and once Tavo's stopped with the Vil, Chance is just gonna go up and embrace Avel in a really tight hug.
Group hug.
Group hug
Yeah.
time.
Jujarian, Bellis, it's group hug time.
Get in, boys!
Oh, this strange human custom.
Squee hops on Chanter's shoulder and then tries to kick Aldrich away.
Okay, this was unexpected. I look over my shoulder to to the kneeling lords.
They're getting to their feet now. They're quite old and it hurts.
So there's no complaints by the Lord Damareth that his daughter is now not being married off.
That's his niece, but he changed the deal. He called
No, exactly.
tribal
Yeah,
combat,
yeah.
so
That we live will have to remain our boon. I would not, for all the gold in the Empire, wish to set myself against the blades. The brothers of Valandor. You will have my loyalty, bastards.
Good, because we know where you live.
He looks toward Osler. The siege? Osler has pulled herself to her feet. Let us say that we have come this far north to celebrate a succession. And leave it at that. But Grandma! Jared, enough.
Grandma!
Grandma, you're
Such a nerd.
I put 3 arrows in Jared.
I walk over to the Torlik family. I'll keep my
Yes.
promises.
Good. Then we will look for you in Torlak City soon.
Indeed.
Your Highness.
I turn to the bastard squad. Thank you.
I expect that we'll all be getting special guest seats at your wedding.
Yes, yes, and as Avil's saying that, he walks over to Shanta.
Yeah, that was my little go.
Yeah, yeah, and he gets down on one knee in front of her.
Sorry.
I put 3 arrows in Chantner.
Darren's like, it should have been me.
Will you be my wife?
She like
Okay.
and
Well,
she
I
just
stand
gives
up
him a huge hug.
and finish the deal.
Can I just say that
Yeah.
is such an Aldrich way of proposing. Will you be my wife?
He's a simple guy.
Like, do you want
I just killed a
to
guy.
be
Do you wanna-
married?
Do you want to seal the deal?
I like to think Chanter and
Jesus.
Squee both went but for different reasons.
Yeah, for different reasons. I was about to say Squeeze probably like.
Squeeze was a sonorous war cry.
Yeah.
Chanter's was happy and excitement.
If his squeaky thing was at hand, I'd be squeaking it right now, but I'm not sure.
Look on the bright side, Avil. You get to have Valandor to yourself.
Yeah, it's gonna be me, my bitch crib. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, you might have to share it with our brother though.
What? Oh yeah.
Well, we got someone he can actually marry now.
Fucking! Oh my god!
yes.
He probably.
Yes, we figured it out.
Oh my god! I completely forgot that motherfucker existed. Yeah. Yeah.
Like wandering
by
around
the way,
Valandor like, where is everybody?
Mr. Downcast, we might have a little bit of a compromise.
Yeah.
We just remembered that we have a brother who also is a Valandor boy. About that.
So there we will have the first of our Lord of the Rings style fade to black, so everybody thinks it's over.
It's over. It's gone.
When the screen
Avil's got
brightens,
propose next, dude.
when
Oh,
the
yeah.
screen brightens once more, it is evening.
We've been engaged since we met.
Peace is at last a possibility. In the Valandor camp, there is celebration. Word has gone out that Valandor will have the crown. That Aldrich is to be married. That Torlek is to be the capital. That the siege is over. Bellis, working your way between the tents, the sound of celebration around you, the moon appears in the sky. In their tent on the outskirts of the camp, you find Jadarian. He and Samandaliante and Calamandra are looking at a map with lands you've never seen before. Goromithim, the great continent of the south, Elethea, Lythea, Xanthia, Galorian, and the mountainous realm of Ardaminia. Discussing routes overland and how many rainbow roads they will need to take to reach it. Judarian, you notice Bellis kind of standing in the tent opening.
Welcome, Bellis.
Thank you. What a day, huh?
Aye.
What a day. So, your business is concluded here, isn't it?
It is. We're leaving.
I would like to thank you before you leave. I don't know how much time we have left to say so. I would like to thank you for all the help you have given all of us. That you had our back. And that you had Lord Aldrich's back. That means a lot to me. You'll stay in touch with him, right?
Of course. There was once an old alliance. The whole reason why people are alive is because of Valandor. It makes fit that there is an alliance there. I have to return because my father is dying. Maybe you guys can visit.
Yes, maybe. If the gods allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She puts her hand on him. Thank you again.
Thank you for keeping us alive. Safe travels to you.
She smiles and she moves on.
Aldrich, the afternoon and most of the evening has been a blur for you. In your tent, Drask catches you in a quiet moment. My lord. She asked for an escort to see you personally. You're muted on out.
Who did?
Oh my god, I forgot about her.
At your tent entrance, you see Satha and Aldrin, flanked by Valandor guards. Drask backs away and out of the tent.
Yes.
I understand there are congratulations to be made, Highness.
This is not how I expected to tell you.
Nor I. She puts her hand on Aldrin's shoulders. Did it ever mean anything?
It did. I thought you were dead.
And even from beyond the grave, Isolde's lies still reach out to us.
But I can make amends.
Can you?
Yes.
A father for my son?
Indeed. And I want Aldrin to be Lord of Mordath. And you, his mother, mistress of a new house, that you can name whatever you wish.
Whatever I wish.
You will be under my protection.
I cannot have whatever I wish.
I understand.
But I thank you for this. She reaches out to touch your face, and then lets her hand fall away.
I lean down to Aldrin's height. Hello, my boy.
Hello.
You're going to be the ruler of a house. How does that sound to you?
Is it a big house?
Oh, it's a beautiful house.
Does it have lots of windows and a garden?
Yes. And you and your mother are going to be well taken care of.
My mummy says that you're going to be emperor.
That's true.
Will I be emperor when you're dead?
We'll have to see.
Okay.
But for now, you've got a nice new house.
Thank you, my highness.
You can call me Dad. It's okay.
Thank you, Dad.
I'll give him a hug.
And he starts crying.
I'll cry with him.
When you break the embrace, you can see Sather is wiping tears away. You will always have my heart, my lord.
And you always have a special place in mine.
And she turns and takes Aldrin and leaves the tent. Shanta, as you're heading up to find Aldrich, Sather and Aldrin come walking toward you, heading away. She slows to a halt. You saved my son from the dragon in Torlek City. Whatever else, you have my gratitude for that. And if there is ever anything that I can do for you, you have but to ask, my lady.
Same for you, really.
You cannot give me what I would ask for. And I would not ask it of you.
It's nice to see you again.
Thank you. He has a good heart, though he struggles to show it.
I know.
You will bring him happiness, and that is more than I could have ever asked for. Be well, Chantifleur.
I'll try my best.
As you walking the last few hundred yards toward Aldrich's tent,
Fastest walk she's ever walked.
well, then you almost quite literally bump into Bellis. Bellis
She's
is
like-
actually crossing. You can see him crossing. See her crossing down toward where Tarvo and Avel are quartered. But yeah, you quite literally almost stumble right over her in the darkness between the tents.
Sorry, Bellis.
It's okay. Where are you off to in such a rush?
It's more where I was away from. Not.
I look where she comes from.
Well,
do I see Saba?
you can see Sather and Aldrin just disappearing through the darkness.
Ah, yes. Look, fate intervened, and you should never feel sorry for getting your man. God knows I've been rooting for you for a very long time. It was not my place to play favorites, but here you are. You managed. You'll make him happy, I'm sure.
I guess I am. He is my man now.
I think so.
What are your plans? Do you think you'll be staying with us?
There is my home. I'm sure. Yes.
I'm glad. It's always lovely having you around.
Look, beyond today, there's no real plans. You know, I'm focusing on today. Today is a wonderful day. What a day, right?
Chanta grabs Bellis's cheeks and looks her dead in the eye and just says,
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here, and neither would Aldrich. You saved both our lives at one point or another, some of multiple times.
Look, and we were all doing our jobs to take care of each other. That's what brought us here.
I'm forever in your debt.
and she just pulls her in for like a huge hook. She actually probably, Chanta's not strong, but she probably picks up Bellis and like does the
Sure.
The legs doing
Oh,
this.
girl, thank you very much, girl. Sweet thing. Yeah. So.
Have you tried the food? I know we're not serving cats.
You know, I've been on a cat diet since I've been with you guys. I understand that, you know, cats are not, you know.
I appreciate it.
You're more into pigs and into cows. It's okay, you know. Everybody there likes. I adjust, you know.
Maybe we can get you a cat farm. I'll have to look the other way, but
Nah, don't worry. You know, there's this spell. It's called Summon Feline. If I need a cat, you know, don't worry about it.
That's horrible.
It's the same as
taking it.
it's the same as pigs and cows, really. Come on.
Look, you know, potato, pigs, cows,
Yeah.
you know, cats.
That well.
Would you like to join me?
No. I think this is a moment that you two need to celebrate, especially after the conversation that Aldrich certainly must have had just now. Don't you think?
Oh God, do you think he's left me?
No, but he needs your smile and your hug to know that he made the right decision. You know what decision he made. They're walking that way. They're not in his tent. This is not the time to be, you know, not confident. You have it in you. You know you will make him a wonderful, wonderful wife. Huh? You'll make him so happy.
I hope so.
I know so.
She tries to stand up straight and like look confident, but like her hands are shaking, like Squee is like jumping up and down, like with her hands shaking.
And you will keep him human. You know what I mean, right?
Not at all.
You will keep his heart soft, human, to see the empathic side of things. He needs that. He's got plenty of, you know, harsh and savvy counselors who will counsel him on things. but there's nobody on his side that will actually counsel him to be a good man. That's on you to help him with that. You're the rudder on the ship. All the other things are sails and whatever, but you're the rudder.
Thank you, Bellis.
What a day, yeah? What a day.
Yeah.
What a day.
I'll
Now,
try and be confident.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. She gives her a pat on the butt and in the direction of Aldrich's tent and smiles while she hops and skips off.
Jodarian in the shadows says, I give her 5 minutes.
Well, you and Taro have finished a large meal that he's purloined from various parts of the camp. And he's poured a couple of carafes of wine out. You give me quite a fright there, you know.
How do you mean?
Oh, maybe I'll be emperor. Yeah, no, maybe I will. I'm going to marry that wee lassie and have babies.
Oh, come on.
We need to work on our communication a little bit here.
Just a bit of fun, you know, keep them
Oh,
on
only a
their
bit of
toes.
fun. Aye.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I almost peed my pants. It was that much fun.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm glad you're not marrying her.
Yeah, me too. You know, you're not the only one. Can't believe the audacity of some people.
That's just Bellis trying to tie up loose ends.
Yeah, she likes those.
Aye. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite the day it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening weather we're having, huh?
Aye, lovely moonlight.
Yeah, not
Very-
too humid. Yeah.
No, quite romantic, the moonlight, isn't it?
You say moonlight?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're into that, I don't know.
Perhaps you should moon the moonlight.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Shanta and Aldrich, fancy that, eh?
Oh, I know. Who could have thought? Tiefling
I
and a
know.
human. Crazy times we're living in.
That's what-
Mhm. Yeah. Anyway. So, what do you think about being Lord of Valandor?
Oh no, I'm sure you'll do very well.
Yeah, I mean, I could, you know, but like, what if like you also were a Lord of Valandor? Also, that too.
Oh, well, yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nice.
Do I have to ask Commander Adra for her permission or something?
I think she's all for it. I'm not gonna lie. You can talk to her if you want, but you know.
No, I don't have to. I don't know about
No,
your
no.
customs.
I mean, of course, no. Yeah, no. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. As much as she is my mother, she hasn't been exactly the most readily available parent in my life, should I say?
Good.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Glad we had this chat.
Right. So so what? We're engaged then.
Yeah, I guess we are then. Yeah, I know. It's cool, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, should we, you know, head out, see the folks, whatever, get
I
some
think
more
we should.
food.
I think
Yeah,
we should get some
cool.
more drink.
Nice. Right. Yeah. Good then. Awesome.
As you stand to leave, you can see Bellis has been standing in the doorway.
Oh, hi, little man. How's it going?
Evil pixies be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Evil pixies. We were just talking about you
Yeah. We were.
in a nice way, though.
Yeah.
No, I mean not that we wouldn't. I mean
No. Like we've never, not in my life, I've never thought about that. No, not once.
Not once.
No.
Hello, Bellis.
Hi. I'm here because
Carl, you're really quiet.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here because I owe you two an apology.
An
What
apology.
for?
Yes.
What of the numerous things? No, I'm just kidding.
That's just the one,
Mm-hmm.
which at the time when things happened, I couldn't oversee, but then got confronted with afterwards. And it's been kind of eating at me. You know what I'm talking about.
When I wanted to stab you.
Yes, we all are aware. Listen, from my point of view, at least, the situation was not ideal, not for any of us. I think at the end of the day, you acted the way you thought would be best for all of us, and I can't fault you for that.
Well, it didn't turn out very nicely.
No, but hey, we're here now.
Today it did, yes. But that's why I wanted to make the apology, so that chapter is concluded.
Well, apology accepted.
Then again, when we were at that point where I had to explain to you what I had done, and you were telling me about what you had lost, I want to let you know that I, at that point, thought, of all the choices that I make, this is the one which will turn out all right anyway.
Well, it's very sweet of you.
Because I knew that what you two have together, that's special.
Yeah.
It is special.
Yeah, whatever that may be. It's not like we're engaged or anything.
We are, though.
Yeah, we are.
You were aware I was standing there and listening for a while, eh?
Yeah.
That's a bit creepy.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Are you gonna? Is this isn't a three-way?
Sticks and stones, Darvo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
I was actually wondering, listening to this conversation, and well, now that I've apologized, can we expect maybe tonight that it's a double feature?
well, I wouldn't want to upstage them or anything because that's totally going to happen if we were to have a wedding. But
Tonight?
Oh, wait, are they getting married tonight?
Are we getting married tonight?
I mean, we can't let them beat us. We have to get married first.
So, why don't you take hold of, the reins of the ceremony planning and talk to Aldrich
Sir,
first?
Absolutely.
You're a priest. You can do it, can't you?
Yeah. They better not be playing this without us. I've had an idea in my brain for years about how I want it to look. Fuchsia, dark brown. Listen, it's gonna be so good. Okay, we're gonna have rosemary and this beautiful archway. Anyway, I'm boring you, but yes, we have to go.
No, this is great.
No,
we
have to get busy.
Plan then if we want to get it done for tonight.
Let's go.
It's crunch time, lads. Bastards, roll out.
As Avel heads off, Tarbo follows and then stops, turns back to face you. Thank you, Bellis.
What a day, huh?
What a day. You're a nasty little pixie. But you're out a nasty little pixie. And he leans down and kisses you on the forehead. Then hurries off after his fiancée. While this is happening, Shanta, you finally arrive in Aldrich's tent.
Hello. You're muted.
Hi. I feel like I'm a broken record.
I just saw Sather and the little one.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I made Aldrin, that's his name apparently. I made him Lord of Mordath.
That's nice. That'll be cool. You'll love
Absolutely.
that.
That way they'll be taken care of.
It's a good idea. It was nice talking with you.
I grab. Where are you going? What are you doing?
her minute of confidence whisked away real quick.
It's like a daffodil poof, you know. You just
It's gone.
Yeah.
Lovely catching up. See you soon.
You might want to leave Squee in the flower pot by the front. I don't know if he wants to see what happens next.
What?
Put the toad in the bucket outside.
Toad in the bucket.
That's
That has to be on a t-shirt.
I put toad in bucket.
Now close the door. All right.
Do I do
I think at this point we should
Yes,
just
we're
fade to
absolutely
black.
going to fade to black.
Yeah.
Wait, I cast wizard block.
I cast a spell magic.
I put 3 arrows in him.
5 hours in him.
The moon is high in the sky, illuminating the camp with silver and purple luminescence. Aldrich, when you go to do your rounds later on to make sure that everything is in order, there's some kind of gazebo arch type thing appears to be rapidly being built in the center of the camp. You can hear sawing, and the camp caterers are busy gathering together food, what decorations they can manage, lighting candles and torches all around to fill the place with the fey luminescence. It's clear that some kind of ceremony is in the offing. And it's as you're kind of walking towards it,
I didn't order any executions. What's going on?
You can see sitting on a barrel, her chin on her hands, watching it all with a smile on her face. The side of her face just illuminated by the moonlight is Bellis.
I go sit down next to her. Hi.
You ready for it?
What's all this?
I'm presuming Avel talked to you.
In the background, Avel has like a checkboard, and he's like, "No, those go at the back. You stupid cow."
Avel came by, but the toad was in the bucket, and everyone knows what that means.
Honestly,
you're ready for the double feature with your brother, right?
wait, what?
Ah. Well.
I leave. I leave.
You're getting married?
Well, yes. I know that. Is that happening now?
Absolutely.
Oh, Aldrich, there
No.
you are. Perfect timing. Listen, I need you to do a rehearsal with me of walking down the aisle. Listen, it's going to be fabulous, but there are 2 of us, so we need to rehearse it, okay? Oh, unless you're talking to Bellis, and then I'll just... Come and meet me in 5 minutes, okay? 5. You've got 5. All right.
Perfect. I will.
No,
do the thing.
those are
I will do
supposed
the
to
thing.
be lilies. Those are not supposed to be marigolds. They're lilies. God damn it!
Where is he finding lilies in this?
In the desert.
Place.
Florists of Damaresh are having their best day ever.
Yes. They were like, "It's a siege. It's a wedding." I turned to Bellis. I'm just going to ignore all of this for just a moment. Do you have something to do with all this?
Well, I might have nudged him. It's their idea.
Then why do you look so sad?
I'm not looking sad. I'm looking happy.
Come on, I've known you longer than today,
Mhm.
and I've never seen anybody walk around the camp with this much wistfulness in my entire life. So, what's going on?
The
I'll tell you
player,
tomorrow.
the player Lee's just remembered.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Huh. All right.
And don't let it interfere with what's gonna happen today. What a day, right? I mean,
That's not what I was expecting.
a throne, an empire, 2 marriages, a conclusion.
Any wise words for the soon-to-be emperor? Actually, do you have any wise words for the soon-to-be husband? I think that might be scarier. I don't know.
you made the right choice, and trust me, she will help you. She will help you on the way. She's exactly what you need, what you will not get from your advisors.
That toad has it in for me, I'm telling you.
What you need to remain Aldrich, you know?
I don't trust the toad.
No, the toad is a problem. Between you and me, and maybe the toad needs to go, but you'll find a solution. You were talking about executions later, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you going to officiate this circus?
If that's okay, you better keep that comment between you and me. If you okay?
Look, it was a wedding until Avel started putting lilies in that thing. I don't know what the hell that is.
It will be beautiful.
I know. I'm just being a guy.
I know. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm going to remember this day.
I'm really proud of what you achieved here today. And not just today, but in the culmination towards today. It
means a lot. Amazing. Thank you. And you have done us all so much.
But I've done my job.
Yeah, but your family. You always have been.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. So, without further ado, I think then maybe you better inform your soon-to-be wife that this is happening tonight.
I don't know what's more dangerous.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I mean, if you hear a squealing noise coming from a tent, you might want to cover your ears.
Or Chanta.
No, that's just her panic. Anyway, he runs. He walks over to the.
And don't forget Avel's little chat, otherwise he'll get a hissy fit.
Oh yeah. I wander over to Avel.
You've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah, it's already been 3. Okay, we have to rehearse.
Does Shanta know about this yet?
No, not until the actual wedding. The wedding starts in an hour. But right now we have to.
We need to get some servants over to her to help her dress.
What? Okay, fine. But
you're putting more flowers on this gazebo than her hair.
She can wear flowers, but they can't be blue or red. They have to match with the theme. Okay.
What is the theme?
It's purple and white.
Okay, well, you do know our Valandor colors are blue and gold, right?
This isn't about you. This is about marriage and love, and I like the color purple, and it goes well with white. So, up yours, Mr. Emperor Dickwad. Now listen, go and get your wife.
I punch him on the shoulder.
Okay, ow, that hurt.
He dies. Game over.
All right. You have your way.
Okay. Thank you. I'll send someone over with your a pedo, and then you wear that, and it'll all be good. And you have to be back here in a minute, okay? Because we have to rehearse.
Yes,
All right.
I will do that thing.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Okay.
Just go.
Yeah, I'm walking. I'm walking.
there,
Why are you
look
still
at
talking to me? I'm leaving.
I'm not. I'm yelling at you now because I'm angry.
I'm not responding.
An hour later, the area cleared at the center of the camp is brimming with people. In addition to yourselves, it's almost as if everybody who traveled with the army or came as camp followers somehow encapsulate the road that you took to be here. At your side, Jadarian, Kalamandra. Belis, you even spot in the shadows at the rear the veiled features of Bone Mother Talora. Drask, of course, the Gallows Brotherhood as an honor guard for Shanta. Valto Cray, the leader of the changelings, of the tieflings. Erdo Fade, the quartermaster from Highthorn. His hair looks beautiful. Trollborn warrior Targon. Alia.
Survived?
You've said that every time he's turned up. Alia and Satha Keel. Satha, her face downcast. Alia trying not to look like she wants to murder someone. Aldrin staring on the whole thing with just amazement. From the elves, Vandar Quen, Amarsilie, Avaleria, Samandaliante, of course. Commander Adra, crying. By her side, Prit also crying. And side by side, beneath the beautiful flower-bedecked arch, Aldrich and Avel.
Where's Hagen?
He's probably
Hagen.
watching from somewhere. And of
He's
course,
got binoculars wiping away the tears. Like, it's so beautiful.
their betrothed, Shanta Flair and Tarvo Fleet.
We're in matching wedding dresses, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
And standing just in front of them and between them, in her finest priest robes, Belis. This hour, Belis, you have spent in one final conversation with Exomna, discussing matters of deep import and state and of long futures.
Squee will walk behind me down the aisle when you set off with non-poisonous, Mark, I'm looking at you, petals in his mouth, and he'll just like spit one out as he walks.
Excellent. But for now, Belis, the present. And this one final gift.
She waits for the blushing bride to arrive to the altar. Friends, allies of Valandor, family. We're gathered here tonight.
Into the mic a bit more, Carl, please.
We are gathered here tonight, today, this one day, this wonderful day, to witness and celebrate the marriage of these two fine boys of Valandor, to these wonderful, wonderful people, Chanta Flair, and Evel to Tarvo Fleet. So without further ado, I would like anybody here to ask anybody here whether there's any objections to this before we make this happen.
Again, this is the point where if I could find it, I would have Squee Pinchy make a squeaky noise.
I didn't think so. So, Aldrich Valandor, do you take Chanticleer as your wife to love and hold and forever evermore?
He's muted again on the most important day of his life.
I do.
And you, Chanticleer, do you?
I do.
You do.
You're supposed to let him finish the sentence. No, just kidding.
I'm sorry, I'm just so excited.
And she ties a ribbon of flowers around both wrists to symbolize the knots of matrimony. Then, by the power of the Ghost Mother, I bless this marriage. And at the witness of all present, I declare you man and wife. And before you kiss the bride, we have another one.
You. Oh.
Avelrin Avel Valandor. Do you take Tarval as your husband to love and to hold forevermore?
I do. No homo, though.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I do. Full homo. Socks off.
Tarval Fleet, do you take Avel as your lawfully wedded husband to love and to hold forevermore?
I do, and I don't even wear socks.
Fair enough.
And then she too ties a beautiful flower garland around their wrists. And then in front of all these witnesses and with the blessing of the Ghost Mother, I too declare you husband and husband, man and man.
Hell yeah.
You each may kiss your bride.
Well, he does that.
I put 3 arrows
Yes.
in all of them.
Yes,
boy.
I do it as well.
I will do this thing.
Me also, but I'm gonna do it better than you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
I
So
shoot.
you can get married better than I can.
I shoot 12 arrows in a round.
Is that like the fireworks display?
Yeah!
All the elves suddenly start shooting arrows with fireworks on them.
Woo! Fireworks. Yes.
Color spray. Pew, pew, pew.
Awesome.
There's a
Well,
beautiful cheer and applause goes up from your friends, your family, your allies, the troops, the camp followers. And you even think you can hear echoing back from the walls of the city the name Valandor cried long and loud.
oh, that's cute.
And
But
under
the
moonlight,
ceremony isn't over yet.
under moonlight, the celebrations continue.
Ah, yes. Okay. Hold on. Gotta sit back for this real quick.
Oh my
The
goodness.
celebration is not over yet, ladies, gentlemen, and whoever the hell else, because I've written a song about all of our time together along this long, long, long campaign. So I hope you're ready for it. We've been through a lot. I'm at a loss for words. Except, no, I'm not. Because I've written a song. It all started in Valandor, the birthplace of my kin. And there we learnt of demons full of debauchery and sin. Setting out from Valandor, we came across Chantafleur. The way she looks at Aldrich, it seems like love is in the air. For the bastards, we're the bastards. 6 eyes of Kalaxats, 6 too many for the bastards. We're the bastards. I hope you've learned your lesson. Don't send letters to a dragon. And then there's Jadarian, our pointy-eared elf friend. Whenever there was a foe, he'd say, I knock an arrow. And in her lead room, you'd find Bellis the pixie. Given the chance, she'd probably eat Squeepinchy because she's a bastard. We're all bastards. Did I ever tell you how I got my magic hat? We're all bastards. Plain old bastards. Not that you would, but time travel ain't so good. Speaking of that bullshit, we kind of fucked up Erroth. Lost all our memories thanks to old stupid death gods. But here we stand today, full of love and cheer. Just so you guys know, I like it in the rear cause I'm a bastard. We're all bastards. Sorry for that loss, cause I can't help it that I'm gay. I'm a bastard. We're all bastards. And as one demon, another shall begin.
This is the best song I've ever heard.
Someone needs to clip that, thank you.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
Very good.
I demand
good.
that recorded in a studio, and I demand a music video and lyrics added to it so people can sing along.
Bellis. While Avel leads the crowd in several repeat renditions of the new Valandor battle theme, you notice between the tents on the far side a girl. 10 years old, maybe less. A short grey smock, dark eyes.
She looks around one more time at all the happy people, and then she turns and walks to the girl.
As you approach, she turns and walks and leads you out between the tents into the night and the moonlight. After you've been carried around the the circle of people several times, Taba kind of drags you down off someone's shoulders. We should go and thank Bellis. This has been wonderful. It was her idea.
You're muted.
You'll have to speak up. I can't hear you.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I saw her that way. She went that way. Come on, let's go on.
All right.
So Tava takes you by the hand and leads you between the tents. You literally just saw her walk. As you emerge out the circle of tents onto the patch of ground beyond, she's not there. There's nothing but shadow and moonlight playing in silence across the face of the world.
Let's see.
And there we have our second fade to black. When the screen lightens again, we're not sure how much time has passed. Coronations take a long time to plan, as do the moving of capitals. And for Emperor's brothers, there's no less responsibilities involved. Avel, standing on one of those little platforms, while a number of tailors go around you, measuring inside leg, waist. Breathe in a bit, sir. No,
He's a
bit
prince
more,
of the empire now.
a bit more, please, sir. Another one standing up by your face, kind of like measuring what is almost certainly going to be some kind of coronet or a prince's crown around your head. And just kind of over his shoulder, as his face is right up on yours, you can see Tavo leaning against the doorway. So this is the life now, is it, Avel?
I guess it is. How
Could
do
be
I look?
worse. Like you always do. Like a devilishly handsome bastard.
Oh, stop it, you. You know I've been legitimized.
You'll always be a bastard to me.
Well, it's mutual.
Down the hall, out, our camera flows onto the open ground. Judarian, Samandaliante, Kalimandra. The words of Mayaladan's Causeway ready in your minds. What do you think we'll find, brother? Samandaliante asks.
I've no idea. I haven't seen my father in well over half a century.
He sounds very frightening. What if we find no welcome there?
Then we'll have to set up somewhere else.
No. Kalimandra says, if they will not give us a welcome, we will make one. My lord. Come.
Did they say find a welcome for her or for us?
For us.
Oh, I thought you meant for her. I looked. I mean, I'm assuming he's not said goodbyes and stuff. So, is there other people there? Are they?
No, just the three of you.
I must say our farewells first.
You find Aldrich and Shanta not far away, overlooking the courtyard at Valandor. Aldrich is watching Aldrin play out in the courtyard as he did as a boy.
I approach him, or approach them both.
Yeah.
Say,
Hi.
my lord, and I bows.
Don't call me that.
It's time I
You're a
leave.
prince in your own right.
It's still custom to greet others of station.
We fought battles together. We are brothers.
I like that. I must depart home.
We will miss you.
You will visit, right?
Of course. Maybe you can visit my land someday.
I was about to say, if you need any help. don't hesitate to call.
I look to Calamandra and stuff. And I'll say, I think we have means of contacting you.
We do, my lord.
I'll embrace
I know
them
you always
both.
have allies.
Yeah, I'll embrace them both. Very uncustomary for Jadarian, but
Yeah, he'll clap him on the back and give him a firm hug.
She will also hug him back as well.
now, where's your brother?
I think he's in his room.
Being measured for a crown.
I'll go pay my farewells. I take it we spent. I don't know how many days it's gone, or was it part?
An indeterminate amount of time.
Okay, so we couldn't find Bellis for obvious reasons. I'll go and knock on Abel's door.
Sure, Avella's only too happy to dismiss the tailors for a
Yeah.
few moments.
Get out of my room, please. Jadarian, so nice of you to grace me with your elfly presence.
I was going to say your outfit needs a bit more. Well, we'll leave it at that. He smiles.
Yeah, no. You and me both. I'd rather be wearing my hat, truth be told, but they insisted on a bloody crown.
And a grand hat it is. I've come to say goodbye, Abel and Torvo.
Well, so soon.
So soon, I've been here. Well, I suppose not long, but I have to go home. My people
I
need me.
understand. Well, you always have a place with us as a bastard. Should you feel the need to come back, Ballandor welcomes you.
I would like that.
You've done a lot for us. We won't forget.
I think I've said the same to your brother. You and Tarvo and whoever else are more than welcome to visit me. It may take you a few years to get there, but
Well, maybe I'm in need of some new material for my songs.
very true. The elves would love you, I must admit.
Oh,
I bid you farewell. I'll embrace her and him and Tarvo.
yeah, I return it.
Goodbye, Jadarian.
Goodbye.
You're the best of us. I hope you cross paths again one day. Namari.
Namari. And I will leave.
Namarie.
Naihiruvai Armenia.
I don't know what that is, but I know it's something to do with
May you
Armenia.
find Armenia.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I will leave and go join the others.
And so the rainbow takes you. Away from the lands of the humans, toward the land that was your home, once and may yet be again. From your window, Aldrich, you watch him depart, along with Samandaliente and Calamandra.
I wave to them as they wander through the spell.
I'll return the wave.
And then it is just yourself and Shanta. As you turn to face her, she rubs her hand over her growing belly and smiles at you. When you put the frog in the bucket,
Two things: either she's getting fat or she's pregnant.
that message arrived literally just in time there, Panda. And it is there, the camera pulls back finally. From the bastards, from Valandor, from Erroth and from our story. And we fade to black. Over the darkness comes the sound of waves. Just waves in the darkness. And slowly the black resolves until we see that it is grains of sand. An ocean pounding on a beach of black sand. Bellis walks along the beach. Walking towards you, Bellis, is a young woman. She reminds you of the girl at the wedding. Older or related to her? You're not sure. A grey smock, bare feet, dark hair, dark eyes, and pipes hanging at her hip. Bellis. My mother said you would be coming.
I'm here. To pay the piper.
She gestures up the beach inland. A long, dark wall separates the beach from something beyond. Over the top of the wall, you can see light, like a sunrise about to break. I offer you what I offer all who come here. Almost all. A choice. The gates. And you indeed see in the wall there are a pair of gates. There are figures carved on them. From this distance, it looks like a jackal and an ibis. You're not sure. Some kind of bird or beast. And then she turns and points down the beach. Some distance away on an outcrop promontory, you can see a building. A temple from the looks of it. With a long, tall tower. The garden or the temple, she says. The garden. To face life again. To come to be. The temple. To see how the story ends.
Of these two choices.
Louder.
Of these two choices. Which one will ensure that the sacrifice that was necessary has been made?
The sacrifice has already been made. All who come here face this choice. None recall it. You have been here many times before, Bellis. Always you choose the garden. Your story is never over.
Exactly. It shouldn't be. I will choose the garden again.
So it shall be.
And
Come. She leads you up the beach, away from the ocean, away from the temple and its answers, and toward the great walls. And there, she raises the pipes to her lips. and begins to play. At the first breathy notes, a light, a gleaming line appears down the center of the gates, and slowly they swing open. Beyond, a lake mirroring stars, ringed by mountains and forests, over which rears a great and wondrous tree. Figures wait to greet you. A woman with flame hair and silver eyes. A man with a gem-studded carapace over one eye, an axe slung over his back. A boy cradling a great black sword. The piper gestures for you to walk.
I look back. Thank you, Piper. I hold my only symbol and walk forward into the garden.
And into the garden you go, where things come to be. For you, someday, perhaps another life, another return to the dream. And behind you, the gates close on the beach of black sand and on our story.
No.
Oh man.
Thank you all.
That was awesome.
That was really wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, I can't believe it's over. Like, wait, that's it? There's nothing else? That's the end?
Was you here for the chat? I don't think she was she? Was she there for the chat we had before? Oh, well, it's been how long? 3 arcs of Erroth.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
We're not saying it's over. It's not over. From the discussion we had earlier, Mark is taking some time off because Leia is moving back to the UK for university.
Yep.
So hopefully,
Oh my god.
hopefully she will be joining us.
Drama queen.
She will be joining us
Shut
from
up.
Newcastle.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's
Will
still going to
do.
be taking part. We're going to we're looking
gonna have a month off.
Yeah, we're going to have a month off.
Sometime early October we'll be back.
Yeah. But we're not going to be back for Erroth straight away. It's going to be back. We're going to be doing an arc of Dark Sun.
Dark Sun, probably, unless I change my mind in the next month.
We
This
never
has
know.
been known to happen.
We never know.
We are likely to come back to Erroth at some point, though.
Yes.
Either
yeah.
with these characters or different ones, but the world goes on.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'd just like to say I'm not going to do any more character art. No, I'm just kidding.
There's an opening in the game.
Well, so yeah.
If you can draw.
I'm going to be playing my twin brother Baldric.
You can play Galric. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Galric, yeah, God.
Oh my god, I completely
Who's secretly
forgot
been
about
harboring
him.
a passion to become a monk.
Oh
Yes.
God, no. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to Mark and the other guys here for being awesome, and this has been very, very enjoyable. Thank you to those that have put up with us and watched.